and said, Lord, it's too much. El Shaddai, he was there all the time. By his grace, he is keeping me alive. By his grace and mercy, I'm still standing. I'm standing in the presence of the Almighty with power and the testimony. I'm standing here today with one thing to say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you. But here I am. I'm still standing. Here I am. After all I've been through, I survived every toil, every snare. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Here I am. I'm still standing. Here I am. After all I've been through, I survived every toil, every snare. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. All of the pain I had to go through, it gave power and a testimony. Now I'm standing here today with one thing to say, Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank you. Oh, here I am. It's because of your mercy. Here I stand. It's because of your grace. Here I am. It's because of your goodness. And I thank you, Lord. Yes. Yes. Here I am.
Here I am. I'm still standing. Here I am. After all I've been through, I've survived every toil and every snare. I'm alive. I am alive here. Oh, I'm alive. Powerful way to start your morning. It's called Here I Am. Marvin Sapp. Welcome to Thursday morning, 31 minutes after 6 on your favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. We call it the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda. Welcome to another day, an inspiring day, another day to make a change and to make our world a better place than we found it. Good morning to you and welcome to what promises to be a great day. We'll bring you the newspaper review and some news stories online. But we like to start with an inspiring song to set the mood for your day and bring you what we call business sense. This morning, I'd like to encourage you to convert your dissatisfaction into action. Nothing ever changes simply because it makes you dissatisfied. If it bothers you enough, do something about it. Think about all the potholes that make you angry. They don't just vanish because they make you very frustrated and angry, but because work is done on it. Think about all the things that ever got done, the relationships that got improved, the enterprises that got built, all the innovations. Certainly they were answers to someone's frustrations and dissatisfaction. So in taking action, ask yourself, what do I need to do? Have an understanding of the problem that is causing you dissatisfaction. Who do I need to work with to solve this problem? How can we do it? Gain knowledge and insights. And through collaborations, work hard, take action to convert your dissatisfaction into action. Because again, nothing ever changes simply because it makes you dissatisfied. So on the Citi Breakfast Show, what are we dissatisfied about? We are dissatisfied about our water bodies that are turning like what? Coffee. It's going to take some 10 years to have them rejuvenated. Our forest reserves that are depleted. Our roads that are not great. And we are taking action. We are collaborating. We're working hard, sharing knowledge, and demanding answers. But Business Sense were brought to you by ADB. If you need a personal loan to resolve your financial issues, ADB will offer you a variety of personal loans, including top-up loans at significantly reduced interest rates. You will also enjoy a longer tenure of up to 6 years. There's an offer open to non-customers as well. Visit our nearest branch. Call us on 0302-210-210, 0302-224-043 for further inquiries. ADB is the People's Bank. ADB is truly a Greek and more. It's an interactive show, so let us know what is causing you dissatisfaction and how you converting that into action. Join us at any time. 0549986996. Newspaper review coming up shortly. Let's do this together.
We understand the excitement and preparations that comes when your child gains admission into senior high school. But we at the Agricultural Development Bank, ADB PLC, also understand the financial burden this comes with. The chop box, trunk, school mattress, you name it. That's why we have partnered with Prospectus Ghana Limited to offer financial support for parents by introducing the ADB Quick Purchase. With a smart loan of up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, you can pick up all the items on your child's prospectus for school. ADB PLC offers you a repayment plan of 12 months to relieve you of all that heavy financial burden. Every ADB customer who receives their salaries through the bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh, Eja Onyame, Wamba, for a breath.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Jumping into the newspaper review shortly, as brought to you by Fidelity Bank and Total Excellium. Every hour, new pages turn. Every day is a new chapter to keep your dreams alive. Today you're a tabletop owner. Tomorrow you're a shop front owner. Today you're a mate. You're a new ole. Oh, tomorrow you're a driver, man. You're a car owner. The list goes on and on. Whatever it is that you do, it adds value to our world. Remember that your efforts are conspiring to make your plans happen. At Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited, our purpose is to inspire your success and collaborate with you every step of the way. Believe with us, Ebefa. Listen, have you heard of the incredible benefits of Excellium from Total Energies? Let me tell you about this premium fuel with its amazing 3-in-1 power. It cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Thanks to the cumulative effect of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, detergent additives, Excellium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2's your drive sound. Let me welcome the gentleman into the studio, talking about Godfred Akotobuafo. Sir.
Yes, volleyball, man.
Morning, sir.
Morning. I like your mix this morning.
Thank you.
I'm a blender.
Hey, blah
When you see him like this, it means there are things,
something is happening.
there are things on the calendar.
Our people say Nana coming and Nana Kanamula.
And the man who has announced himself,
Oh my Rako, Charlie.
Richard and us.
Yeah, near Nana coming and Nana Kanamula.
Something will happen.
Yeah, about Nana Mood, dear.
Something for
Yeah, me so.
Something for happen.
Lakoto.
Welcome.
Nana coming and Nana Kanamu.
Yeah.
But what do I say? How does he understand?
I understand.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's a global language.
Amen. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, my man.
Oh,
morning,
man.
good
Welcome
morning.
to Thursday.
Yeah, me
Yes,
so, Charlie.
a very hectic week
Yeah.
is coming to an end soon, but the problems within the week
Yeah.
are far from over.
Yeah.
And people Ghanaians are fighting on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
You know,
yes,
there are days you
fighting
wake up
change.
and it's still the fight against
Illegal mining.
Yeah.
legal mining.
Yeah.
We are not going to relent.
Not at all.
Our president was at the
UN.
UN.
Yes.
We'll deal with that on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
Yes.
Where he's spoken about the he's spoken to the UN General Assembly and says Security Council needs overhaul. Structure deficient in addressing global challenges. It's an agenda that has been there for many years. We all remember Kofi Annan's agenda for reform that never really took off. Also on the front page, 32 journalists, media houses nominated for awards. Winner takes all system must stop, experts advocate, and the Students' Loan Trust Fund disperses 20 million Ghana cedis to students.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Ex-Hearts goalie player root for Baumia, Ali Jara and Bobby Short promise to lead ex-footballers to mobilize 4 million votes for the NPP. Also, VIP to launch a groundbreaking digital solution for local taxi drivers. The president is on the front page talking to the UN, as you stated much earlier. And Yagbongura, Honest Samuel G. Napo. And then we are told that the TDC says it is ready to construct more houses.
Front page of the Daily Guide this morning. I will not read the Daily Guide this morning.
Yeah.
Go on.
Daily Guide is really misbehaving.
Let me take you to the business analyst. The big story says economic development. BOG emphasizes importance of gold as reserve asset. Also, Newmont appoints first female chief metallurgist? Is that what?
Yes,
Metallurgist.
Okay, you're somebody who is an expert in metals.
Yes.
Hey, Charlie, have some more. ECG boss resigns. We brought you that story yesterday.
Yeah.
And Africa wants opportunities, not handouts. And if you go to the Business and Financial Times,
Yes, the front page of the BNFT. Disregard for contract sanctity, a worry for investors. T-bill yields surge as government struggles to meet auction targets. And also on the front page is World Tourism Day 2024. Ghana's unwavering commitment to sustainable tourism and peace. Details on page 6 of the paper.
All right. So let me take you online quickly. We'll start from channel 1 news.com. Dubik Mahama resigns as managing director of ECG Stories here. Mortuary workers begin indefinite strike over poor working conditions. A Sikado Ketan, a free-for-all battleground as Jogate exits. And then election 2024, address discrepancies in voter register Ohene into to the EC. Abandoned galamsey pits breeding mosquitoes in communities. This is freelance journalist. And then he also says Western region tops list of galamsey hotspots from all his works so far. Watching him on Point of View last night was so heart-wrenching. And 11 Democracy Hub protesters to remain in custody as court adjourns bail hearing. If you come to citynewsroom.com, 2 sack to withdraw services on Friday. Mortuary workers to strike today over poor conditions of service. Galamsey, Ghana may soon import water for local medicine production. This is Pharmaceutical Society warning. And Apia Dankwa requests meeting with EC over presidential disqualification. And then if you go to My Joy Online, My Joy leads with mortuary workers to begin nationwide strike from today over PPE shortages and salary arrears. 11 more Democracy Hub protesters remanded to reappear tomorrow. Ghanaians in U.S. protest against arrest as Akufo-Addo speaks at UN General Assembly in New York. And then TUSAC strike is here as well. Alan Trematin joins calls for comprehensive audit of voters register. If you go to the BBC very quickly, Israel is preparing for possible Lebanon gun incursion, top generals are saying. And then we are told that Putin is proposing new rules for using nuclear weapons. That's on the BBC. Let's get into the details of the stories, gentlemen.
Maybe start from the ECG boss.
ECG boss, that's correct.
Dubik
Mahama, yes, Channel 1 News.com. Samuel Dubik Mahama, Managing Director of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has stepped down from his role, a move that has sent ripples through Ghana's energy sector. His resignation, confirmed by Channel 1 News, was formally submitted in a letter to the board chairman of ECG, though Mahama cited personal reasons. Quote, I'm writing to formally resign from my position as Managing Director of the Electricity Company of Ghana, effective 2 weeks from the above date. The decision has not come easily, but after much reflection, I have concluded that it is in my best interest to step away for personal reasons. Now, over the past 2 years and 4 months, I have had the profound honor of serving this esteemed organization, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunities I have received. Somewhere on one of the portals, I saw a story that indicates that Dumso is rearing its head. It's coming back.
Yesterday the Greco folks issued a statement saying that there was an issue with gas supply.
Yeah, that story is on citinewsroom.com, written by Letitia. Say current Dumso due to challenges at gas processing plants as the Tuabo. This is Gridco and ECG. Story says the Ghana Grid Company Limited, Gridco, and the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, have attributed the current intermittent power supply, commonly known as Dumso, to a technical challenge at the Ghana National Gas Company's gas processing plant in Atuabo. Recently, parts of the country have experienced power outages due to limited gas supply for power generation. In a joint statement, Gridco and ECG apologized unreservedly for the inconveniences caused and assured that GNGC engineers are working to resolve the issue and restore full gas supply.
Okay, so let's take you to our pet project, the campaign against illegal mining and the call on the President of the Republic and his government to deal decisively with the matter. Well, I take you to a story on page 5 of the Business Analyst. It says Ghana losing about $2 billion annually to galamsey, as well as gold smuggling. They are quoting the UK government as raising the alarm. And the story says the UK government has expressed deep concern over the increasing rate of gold smuggling in Ghana, highlighting the severe impact it has on the country's revenue generation. Now, according to estimates, Ghana loses approximately $2 billion annually in tax revenue due to smuggling and illegal gold operations. Now, in 2022 alone, nearly 60 tons of gold were reportedly smuggled out of the country, exacerbating the financial losses Ghana experiences. Now, the UK has stressed that if left unchecked, the combination of unregulated mining practices and illegal small-scale mining, known locally as galamsey, will continue to have devastating consequences for Ghana's economy. Now, speaking at a civil society organization meeting with political parties on mining reforms and governance, Chris Aston, team lead for the UK Ghana Gold Programme, called for urgent and decisive action from Ghanaian authorities to address the issue.
I have two stories as well on page 19 of the Daily Graphic. Small-scale miners declare war on foreign galamseyers. More than 100,000 small-scale miners across the country have declared war on foreign nationals engaging in illegal mining in and around river bodies, devastating Ghana's water ecosystem and threatening livelihoods and access to potable water. According to the miners, never in the history of the West African nation had the source of their livelihood come under so much threat than in recent times, attributing the challenge to foreigners engaged in galamsey in restricted zones. The miners who converged on Akwetia, an ancient mining town in the eastern region, last Friday made this declaration during the inauguration of a group known as Miners for Bawumia. On page 20, Stop Galamsey, Veterinary Medical Association urges. The Ghana Veterinary Medical Association has added its voice to calls on the government to stop galamsey in the country and also immediately repeal LI 2462, which permits mining in forest reserves. So they've also joined the call.
Let me add this one quickly on galamsey. Still, Western region tops list of galamsey hotspots. Freelance journalist review, story by Letitia Say. Freelance journalist Adam Shrem has expressed grave concerns over the devastating impact of illegal mining, commonly known as galamsey in Ghana. He identified 4 regions, including Western, Ashanti, Eastern, and Western North regions, as the most severely affected by this illicit activity. According to Shrem, the Western region tops the list with the highest incidence of galamsey, adding that the Ashanti region follows closely as the second worst affected, with the Eastern region ranking 3rd in terms of galamsey's destructive impact. During an interview on Channel 1 TV's The Point of View, Adam Shrem explained, "For me, if I'm ranking the regions in terms of illegal mining of galamsey, Western region comes on top, followed by Ashanti region, Eastern, and then Western North. We have pockets of places in the Ahafo areas, and then the Bono region and the Bono East regions. Those are not very massive." Now, according to him, Ayamfuri and Bogoso top the list of the worst destruction of water bodies and forests, with miners operating day and night, even encroaching into towns. He said other areas plagued by indiscriminate mining include Dadieso, Akonsia, Wasa, Akopong, among others. And Sky, if you watch Point of View
None of
last
these
night,
people have ministers.
there are DCEs there are MCEs there, and they have the Nissan patrols and they have police with guns. And this gentleman with his drone is driving around on his own expense, filming for us to see. Meanwhile, we spent $3 million to buy drones in the fight against galamsey. Where are the drones?
Crass dereliction of duty. Well, the galamsey situation is not only impacting water bodies, it's also affecting our cocoa farms. Now we are being told that export value of cocoa beans dropped by 26.9% in the second quarter of 2024. That story is on page 10 of the Business Analyst. Quickly, it says recent data from the Ghana Statistical Service indicates a significant drop in the export value of cocoa beans for the second quarter of 2024. Now, the export value fell from 1.57 billion Ghana cedis in the second quarter of 2023 to 1.15 billion Ghana cedis in the second quarter of 2024, marking a 26.9% decrease.
Let me take you to the back page of the Daily Graphic, and there's a big one there. Reports in Europe on used clothing misleading. This coming from the Ghana Used Clothing Dealers Association. They've called on the government not to yield to pressure from any quarter, local or international, to impose a ban on the importation of used clothing. It said the recent impression being created in the international community that used clothes had become waste in Ghana was misleading and aimed at tarnishing the image of the country. It's a very interesting story. I have my own thoughts on this. Perhaps during the course of the show I will share it. But also,
why can't we just develop well enough to be able to give our people
affordable clothing?
Yeah, this business of people wearing used bra, used panties, and all of these, completely unacceptable.
We'll get to it later.
I understand that.
No, the bra too. People have
that.
used. There is secondhand bra.
There's secondhand everything. It's unfortunate. Yes, there's a huge economy for that. We understand, but we should get to a stage where we are able to
at least the essential ones. Come on,
challenge some way.
Ghana.
Let me take you to the Chronicle, because politics is on the front page this morning. They are talking about rallying support for Bawumia, and that is coming in from former Black Star players. The story on page 3 says that the flag bearer of the new... that's something else. Let me take this one rather. It says Ali Jara, one of Ghana's former best safest pair of hands and a former goalie of glorious Accra Black, Hearts of Oak, says... he will work hard to garner 4 million votes for Baumia, the flag bearer of the MPP in the December 7 presidential post. Now, the position of the retired footballers, he explained, is based on Baumia's welfare packages for the retired footballers, most of whom are lying in abject poverty after their service to the nation.
Right. Let me bring you a string of labor-related stories. Do you have something
other
else?
political stories?
Okay, let's have that.
NDC-related matters.
Sure,
They are
let's
also
have that.
calling for an audit
Yes.
of the...
In fact, if you go to the Daily Graphic, middle pages, Professor Stephen Adair
Right.
has written that an audit is required. Let me just-
while you read that, there's also another article on page 14 of the Ghanaian Chronicle. It says,
Right.
the case for a forensic audit of Ghana's voter register, a call for transparency and accountability. This
Right.
is authored by Mr. Mohammed Muhammin, internal audit practitioner.
Yes, and Professor Stephen Adair is on page 10 of
Special
the Daily
feature.
on a special feature. Let us do the right thing
Right.
with voter register to preserve gains of democracy.
Right. So if I bring you to citynewsroom.com, mortuary workers to strike today over poor conditions of service near Ikoyoka. I pen that the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, MOAG, is embarking on an indefinite strike effective today, Thursday, September 26, in demands for improved conditions of service. Concerns of the union include inadequate provision of personal protective equipment, which the members of the union say has exposed them to diseases and other dangers. Additionally, salary arrears of members dating back to 2020 remain unpaid, and a request for financial clearance to employ 500 additional mortuary workers has been ignored. Still on that platform, citynewsroom.com, TUSAG to withdraw services on Friday, and I've seen University of Ghana postponing reopening over some of these things. So Technical University Senior Administrators Association of Ghana, TUSAG, has announced a nationwide strike effective Friday, September 27, 2024. This decision comes after government failed to meet its obligation under the collective bargaining agreement and didn't implement revised allowance for senior public university members.
There's something I want to add from the global front to
Sure.
this whole union agitation. If you go to page 2 of the Business Analyst, there's a story that Boeing strikers not interested in 30% pay rise, according to their union.
Wow.
Now, quick one. The story says the union representing thousands of striking Boeing workers says a survey of its members shows they are not interested in the aviation giant's latest pay offer. There's a comment here that says many comments expressed that the offer was inadequate. The International Association of the people.
They are rejecting it for a better deal.
Yeah, that's right. 30%.
And they said they don't like.
And this is not in Ghana.
It's not Ghana City too. Now,
And then finally from my end, the BNF team, the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has urged government to enhance its investment climate by reaffirming the sanctity of contracts. She was speaking at the Ghana Oil and Gas Conference in Accra and said, despite the country's efforts to provide a clear regulatory framework with the 2016 petroleum law, ongoing tax disputes have raised alarm bells among investors. You can find full details
Right.
on page 3
and a
of
quick
the BNF team.
update on the Democracy Hub protesters. We are told 11 more protesters have been remanded and they have to reappear before court tomorrow, which is today. That will be it for the newspaper review. Thank you, Godfrey. Thank you,
Apia
Sky.
Dankwa has written to the ECU. Yeah, he say, what do you call it? He want an audience with the Electoral Commission chief, so that his candidature can be properly restored. And then also, I'm just getting this one coming in from Bernard Mona. They are also going after the Electoral Commission for the disqualification of he himself.
Nice
from
one.
The race. So
Aluta
further
continua.
details will be on Citi FM.
Thank you very much. That was a newspaper review.
Go. Google Now, what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost where they want for way if I buy buy, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Charlie, today the matter will catch me. I received urgent order from my online store. Customer wants 10 pieces sharp. But my wahala be delivery. Stress so me too. I no get order in weeks. So then I make slow. Charlie, I decide to deliver this thing myself. Quiet. I was willing to trust my small tired car like that. But boy, I no even leave my area where the whole place full of snow. Engine kaput, pasca. As the boys they help me push the car off the road, where I look up and raise my head, where I see for Fidelity Bank billboard top. This too just be chapter. Then Norma Vim come. Listen, I dog the sadness and find Okada fast. I deliver all the goods, collected my money, and even got referrals from this customer. At Fidelity Bank, we believe you can achieve your dreams. Believe with us. Ebefa.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Nilate Latte is here with business news brought to you by MTN and Goel. MTN says get ready for a game changer as an SME. We are introducing the Yellow Biz new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. It's all in one package and consists of 4G plus router with 10 GB of free data, Microsoft Office 365 genuine Microsoft application with WebWays, a customized business website for your business, Unicom service, a unified business communication solution for your virtual call center, IVR, and conferencing. It's something you don't have to miss. Stay ahead of the competition. Call 100 or 0244 30 81 11 or email mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com. Visit mtn.com.gh/business or any MTN office for Yellow Biz and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply. Now, Good Energy brings you Girls Super XP. Is the ideal choice for most vehicles and is flowing at many Girl stations in the country. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. Girl Super XP is quality and gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Do Girl Super XP. Ufilia, huh? Ube fili Girl Good Energy. Yang idea. Good morning, my friend Nee Latte.
Good morning, my friend Caleb Kuda. Hello to you out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goel, and Access Bank. Coming up this morning, LPG marketers demand urgent action from toll management and NPA to avert a potential shortage of LPG in the country. Also, PIAC worried about financial independence of GNPC should the corporation be weaned off cash allocations from the Petroleum Holding Fund by 2026. Plus, rise in the mountain of billboards this campaign season sparks legal and political concerns among advertisers and stakeholders. We've got a special report in our Business of Election series for you. My name is Neil Latte. Thanks for joining us. Details shortly. Now, the country could soon face a significant shortage of liquefied petroleum gas LPG due to the ongoing challenges at the Tema Oil Refinery. The LPG Marketers Association suggests that Toll's inability to reconcile quantities of LPG brought into the country is leading to distribution challenges, raising concerns about a potential nationwide shortage. Gabriel Kumi is Vice President of the LPG Marketers Association, and he has been speaking to Citi Business News.
That ship came in with about 11,000 metric tons last week. This product has been distributed to about 5 or 6 BDC depots. What it is that they are now doing tender to bring in the LPG. So the company that wins the tender brings the product in bulk and distribute to the rest of the BDCs. After the distribution, there is a need for them to do reconciliation to ensure that the products that came in are the right quantity. This distribution was done over the weekend. Our information is that all the BDCs have reconciled their figures. It's left with TOR to reconcile its figures. And this reconciliation at TOR has been going on for the past 2 days, and that has not been completed. If the reconciliation is not complete, we are not able to release the product onto the market. So the reconciliation has been done at Fuel Trade. It has been done at Metrics Depot. For the past 2 days, they've been at TOR, and that is what is holding up everybody, and that is what is holding up the BDCs from selling the product to us, so we can also serve our consumers.
Well, the LPG marketers are also calling for intervention from the National Petroleum Authority and management of TOR to expedite actions in addressing the challenge to avert a potential LPG shortage.
We check from all the BDs, all of them are having products, about 5 depots. All of them are having the product and are ready to go onto the market. But they say not until the reconciliation at TOR is done. They cannot also go onto the market. So we don't want that alone to be, TOR alone to be a stumbling block to everybody and starve the whole country of such an important commodity like LPG. So we appeal to them. And we appeal to the National Petroleum Authority to step in and ensure that figures are recorded while the reconciliation go on, while the market is at the same time being set, because if we are not able to go onto the market tomorrow, it goes on to Friday, we'll have Saturday, Sunday coming, and we will struggle to fill our banku and our fufu this weekend.
That's Gabriel Kumi, Vice President of the LPG Marketers Association. Now, the Ghana Grid Company Limited, Gridco, and the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, have blamed the intermittent interruption in power supply being experienced by some customers and businesses to power generation challenges at the Ghana National Gas Limited gas processing plant at Etiabon. The company say that engineers from the company are currently working to address the issue and restore full supply of gas. Gridco and ECG continue to assure customers and businesses that they will continue to monitor the situation, which is expected to normalize once the issue at the gas processing plant is addressed. The Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC, is raising concerns over the financial viability of the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, GNPC, should it be weaned off cash allocations from the Petroleum Holding Fund by 2026 per the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. The concern is on the back of PIAC's findings that the government and its agencies owe GNPC close to $1 billion. Technical manager at PIAC, Mark Ajiman, starts advocating for a review of the law establishing GNPC for the National Oil Company to be able to assert its financial independence.
We have instances which we have documented quite extensively where government will ask GNPC to pre-finance or give guarantees or give loans to other state-owned enterprises. We have the case of VRA, we have the Car Power Ship, we have ECG, we have the Western Corridor Road Enclaves, we have the Tema Oil Refinery, where currently, as we speak, GNPC is owed almost to the tune of $1 billion, and the state is supposed to pay them. But it is the same state that is funding them. So you see the dichotomy here. It is an issue, and that actually causes financial headache to the corporation. If we amend the law or update the law and restructure the governance structure of GNPC, I'm sure in modernizing the governance structure, GNPC can be able to say no to government when some of these requests are made.
Mark Ajiman is technical manager at the Public Interest and Accountability Committee, PIAC. Now, as the 2024 general election approaches, political party billboards are being erected primarily along busy routes to attract prospective voters. Many of the billboards observed in the regional capital are giant-sized, while others are designed to generate significant traffic. Advertisers express worry about the proliferation of illegally mounted political party billboards, describing them as an unfair practice which impedes their business. My colleague Daniel Odru-Mensah assesses the business of billboard advertisement and challenges ahead of the general polls.
Advertisers say the cost of billboard advertising is driven by factors such as location, size, and duration of display. They point out that political parties typically opt for medium to large billboards. For instance, presidential candidates like Nana Kwame Bediako, also known as Cheddar from the New Force, are using prominent large-scale billboards in the city to gain attention. Renting these billboards averages between 18,000 to 25,000 Ghana cedis per month. Clarence Amwate, Vice President of the Advertisers Association of Ghana, provides a detailed breakdown of the cost linked to political party billboards.
A lot of the Member of Parliament and the smaller political parties, they usually take between 3x6 and 5x10. And outdoor advertising is not like a bottle of water where it's 5 cedis across board. It depends on where the board is, it depends on the size of the board, it depends on the traffic it's facing. That's where. So on the airport stretch, that's a key area. You have a lot of traffic, the boards are bigger and everything. So rental for the a 6x20 or a 4.5 by an 18 on the airport bypass stretch can go for a monthly rate of between 18,000 and 25,000 a month.
The association also disclosed that illegal billboards erected by certain political parties are a growing threat to their business, and they call on city authorities to address the issue urgently.
They've been placed in front of somebody's board. That person has a permit. That person's measurement from the road is right. That person has gone through all the approvals from the urban roads, from the assembly, from the Advertising Association of Ghana. They have all the approvals. But then this illegal one has come and is in front of that one. So you don't get to see the right one. What's he doing? His board is no more visible. He's losing business because the brand on it now is not being seen. That's the problem. The illegal boards are harming us as a country.
Vice President of the Advertisers Association of Ghana, Clarence Amwate, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Odru-Mensah. Now, corporate Ghana is set to gather for the most anticipated sporting event this Saturday, where they will showcase their athletic skills, strengthen team bonds, and enjoy a day filled with fun and competition. The Citi Business Olympics 2024, the year's premier corporate sports event, will be held at the luxurious Eden High Sports Complex in Weija. Here's what to know about the venue.
On Saturday, September 28, 2024, the Eden Heights Sports Complex in Weija will burst with excitement as it hosts the much-awaited Citi Business Olympics. Over 60 companies will participate in this thrilling annual event, competing across a wide range of sports. Participants will vie for trophies and top honors in events such as basketball, seven-a-side football, arm wrestling, sack races, lime and spoon races, tug of war, ludo, chess, and owari. Frema Edunyame is the head of events and partnerships at Channel 1 TV and Citi FM, and she provides insight into the venue and the exciting activities planned for this year's edition.
The Eden Heights Sports Complex, located at Weija, right behind the West Hills Mall, is a state-of-the-art sports complex. Now, it's a very, very pristine facility. It has everything that you would think of, the right space that you would want to be in. You have all the various facilities all in one place: a football pitch, basketball court, swimming pool, lawn tennis court. You have proper gym, you have the games room, you have the table tennis room as well. We have a beautiful and a well put together food court that will be serving all the rice dishes, soup dishes. We have various drink stations as well. Don't forget that we also have sponsors who are bringing drinks. We have Piva, we have Blue Jeans, and so they are all coming in. Lozati lozenges will be coming in as well. So, of course, the food court is one that you don't want to miss.
The Citi Business Olympics 2024 is organized by Channel One TV in partnership with 97.3 Citi FM and is sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drinks, Bethel Logistics, and Lozati lozenges from Unicorn Chemists Limited.
Well, before I go, the Bank of Ghana will later today conclude its review of developments in the economy to determine its monetary policy rate, which will be announced tomorrow. The 3-day assessment has been heavy on measures to anchor inflation as well as strengthen the cedi. Already, the market is tilting towards policy rate reduction due to the path of disinflation. It will be interesting to know the policy rate stance that will be taken by the central bank. But on the forex market this morning, the dollar trading at 16 cedis 50 pesos, the British pound selling at 20 cedis 30 pesos, they were going for 18 cedis 40 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nila Atilati. You have a good business day.
For over 60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who feel? Good energy. Yeah,
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Jumping into Kickoff, brought to you by Zonda and Polytank. Zonda says it's your one-stop shop for quality trucks like Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, Power pickups, TX trucks, and oil tanks are all made and assembled right here in Ghana. They provide top-notch after-sales service as well for all your heavy and light-duty trucks and machinery. Visit any of their 7 branches around the country and also their head office of the Tema Flower Road close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. Call them on 050-177-2222 or 050-177-3333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana. Let's jump into sports right away, and Nathan Nee Obudakwa is right here with Kickoff. Good morning, Nathan.
Hi, good morning. In the headlines, Ghana to host Sudan here. That's according to the NSA board chair. We'll find out. He believes it will happen. Let's see. Man United held in their Europa League opener with FC20, and Liverpool and Arsenal book round 4 tickets in the Carabao Cup. And let's begin with AFCON qualifiers. And the board chair of the National Sports Authority, Seth Paum, has dispelled the notion that Ghana's upcoming tie with Sudan will be held outside Ghana. He maintains that the Black Stars will face Kwesi Appiah Sudan either at the Accra Sports Stadium or the Cape Coast Stadium. And he said this when he appeared before a parliamentary select committee on sports, culture and tourism to discuss issues related to CAF's withdrawal of its approval for the Baba Yara Stadium due to the poor state of facilities, particularly the pitch at the ground.
The Cape Coast Sports Stadium has hosted Category 3 World Cup qualifiers over the period. So it is certified. Baba Yara is certified. Accra is certified. Tamale is certified. Esipon is certified. They all meet. The only deficiency we are having, why this conversation about capacity came up, was because we included Gon Sports Stadium for them to come and have a consideration. So you see, we have answered my question. So we have dropped. Nobody is being negative. So we have dropped Legon. We have dropped Legon. Yes, because of the conversation. No, because we have asked the other clubs to use for their league matches. Also, but so that we focus. But you know, earlier you mentioned Legon, so you are now dropping Legon now. Over here in this conversation, I told you the earlier submissions that went. So now you have dropped Legon. Now we've asked that Legon should be dropped. Wait, listen, I want to give you the rationale why Legon is dropped. Legon is dropped because we didn't want to stop. We pray that we didn't want to stop the Ghana Premier League. We play our Category 3 game. I'm with you. I mean, let's all work and make sure it happens that we play the games here in Ghana. And that is all the aim. Thank you, bro. Let's hope that happens.
So that was the board chair of the NSA, Seth Paum, interacting with Honorable Kwabena Woyome, who's chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports, Culture and Tourism. Let's stay with Ghana and the inability to raise a Category 3 venue. Derek Boateng, former Black Stars player, he said it's a sad one, that Ghana does not have a CAF-approved stadium to host games at the senior-most level of football on the continent.
If they care, the FA care about football. They have to make sure that those things are done before the players will come. But for me, they cannot put any pressure on any player that they are not playing well, they are not performing well. It's coming from them. Football play outside before we go to the pitch. So for me, they have to wake up and do something about those things. It's so sad that we are in that kind of situation right now. We don't have to be there. Ghana now have to find a field to play a home games. Oh, come on. We are too much for that. So for me, it's really, really sad to hear something like that. And for me, I'll say it again. FA need to wake up and do something about it.
Former Black Stars player Derek Boateng speaking there. He was talking about the GFA. Well, the GFA will be appearing before the Parliamentary Select Committee on Sports and Culture on Monday, and we'll be there to give you all the latest. We stay with some more national team news, and the Black Satellites, Ghana's under-20 male team, will discover their group opponents for the 2024 WAFU Championship later today. The draw will take place in Cote d'Ivoire at 12 noon, so that's when we'll figure out who the Satellites will be facing in the WAFU Championship. Let's move on to the Citi Business Olympics. It's happening this weekend at the Eden Heights behind the West Hills Mall in Wager. Let's hear from Henry Kwao Jr., head of business for GWO Civil Solutions, one of the corporate entities hoping to win big things this weekend at the Citi Business Olympics.
we had to train. I told Frema that we're going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
And indeed we did. So in football,
yes,
we got a little disappointed.
Okay.
But when we got to tug of war, table tennis, and Scrabble, we're all over the place. So if last year we've been away for over 5 years and we came last year, and we'll be able to leave this mark, this year is going to be a different ball game.
I see. Well, you're very pumped up and very. You sound like you're very ready.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, Kingsley.
So that was Henry Crowell Jr., Head of Business for GWO Civil Solutions. They will be taking part in the Citi Business Olympics, and the Citi Business Olympics is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi 97.3 FM, proudly sponsored by Piva Beverages, Blue Jeans Energy Drink, Bethel Logistics, and Lozati Lozenges from Unicom Chemist. Let's go to Europe, and it was a bit of a dull evening for Man United. They drew 1-1 with FC 20 at Old Trafford in the opening game of the new look Europa League campaign. Christian Eriksen, he scored the goal to put Man United ahead in the 35th minute, and then he dithered on the ball, got dispossessed, and in the 68th minute Sam Lammers scored for FC 20. Galatasaray also started with a win. They beat PAOK 3-1. Ghana's Barbaraman scored an own goal to start the festivities as Galatasaray won that game by 3-1. Later today, Ajax will take on Besiktas. AS Roma face Athletic Bilbao, and Fenerbahce, they take on Royal Union Saint-Gilloise of Belgium, and Lyon will take on Olympiacos. In the Capital One Cup or the Carabao Cup, or the English League Cup, Arsenal and Liverpool both won by 5-1. Arsenal presented a very young-looking team, and the players did not wither. They did not wilt. They rather excelled on the big stage. They won by 5-1. Ethan Nwaneri scored twice for Arsenal in that encounter. For Liverpool, it was a good evening for Diogo Jota and Cody Gakpo. And after these two games were played, the draw for the fourth round was done. The biggest game will see Spurs taking on Manchester City. Brentford will face Sheffield. Southampton take on Stoke. Man United will face Leicester. Preston take on Arsenal. Aston Villa and Palace will meet. Brighton hosts Liverpool, and AFC Wimbledon will be taking on either Newcastle, or it will be either Newcastle or AFC Wimbledon who will be taking on Chelsea in the round, or in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. We end quickly with some news from Spain. Robert Lewandowski, he got on the score sheet as he scored the 7th goal as Barcelona beat Getafe by 1-0, and they are now 4 points clear of Real Madrid at the very top of the Spanish Primera Liga table. And that's our kickoff for this morning, probably brought to us by Zonda and Polytank. My name is Nathan Kwa. Many thanks for listening. There's more sports on citysportsonline.com. We've got more news for you in our subsequent bulletins. And at 10 p.m, I will be on to give you the sports roundup on Channel 1 TV. Tune in and get the latest from the world of sport. Have a fantastic day. Stay safe. Take care. And bye-bye.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See,
strictly palatable. Or Bravo and Stoneboy, they call it Ghetto Love.
Ghetto girl like you, my lifeline. When I got nothing, she was there for me, bought for me, paid for me, very something. Never bought with me. Once they till you won't get.
No, it's a good song to send dedications to someone special with. So 0549 986 996 is the line. Whether it's an anniversary, birthday, whatever it is, happy to share that with the rest of the world. Stoneboy. Now, when you insist on quality life, every choice matters. That's why Bell Pack Paper Tissue is the perfect companion for those who demand the best. It offers you softness and strength you need for every occasion. From toilet rolls, kitchen towels to pockets and facial tissues, Bell Pack has you covered. Bell Pack tissues last longer and saves you money. Make the switch today and enjoy the ideal paper tissue with Bell Pack. Perfume toilet roll. You will get some with Bell Pack and enjoy fragrance-filled bathroom experience that leaves every visit fresh and pleasant. Bell Pack, just wipe it. For bulk distribution, call 0551 144 400. Now, are you tired of paying exorbitant electricity bills? If so, consider investing in a top-tier solar solution from Ghana's leading solar company. It's called Translight Solar Limited. Highly competitive prices. You escape doom so permanently because we are seeing some signs of a comeback somewhere by solar power. It's no longer just a backup for ECG, it's a viable everyday energy source. Visit Translight Solar at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, between ARS and the American House. You can also visit our website at www.translightsolar.com. Call us 0504 249 229. Come on. 0206 542 454 for early bird deals everywhere. There is Translight. Everywhere there is sunlight, there is Translight.
John Mr. J, baby.
Now the new order of retirement is here. You can retire on your own terms with a guaranteed monthly income for the rest of the year. Yes, simply invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and start receiving monthly income to enjoy the perfect retirement. Best part is you get to enjoy salary increase 16% 2023-2024 as well. Old Mutual, call them now 050-453-4333. Visit www.oldmutual.com.gh. Simply dial star 789 star 01 hash to request a call or brapa ahotonkwa. Old Mutual do great things every day.
Now, Ashform is your one-stop shop for all your home furnishings, and they are introducing a wide range of new collections of products to suit your homes, hotels, and your organization. So go and speak to Ashform or go to any of their showrooms or depots in all the big malls and other locations near you and be amazed at the wide range of products they have just for you and your living space. There's free delivery to your doorstep, but please be mindful of internet fraudsters. Be an Ashform and our Ashform, feel it, know it. Where are you going? Are you going shopping at the mall? Are you buying fuel for your car, or you're enjoying your favorite meal or buying a few things you need online? Whatever it is you're doing, do it with the SG Visa card. Call SG Ghana today on 0302214314. SG Ghana, the future is you. And if you're a customer of Enterprise, I've got good news for you. If you are not, I've got better news for you. This is when you should join the Enterprise family. They have the Enterprise Advantage points. Log on to your account, access Advantage points, start earning points for rewards like airtime, Momo, and more. Or you can visit my.enterprisegroup.net.gh to download the Enterprise Advantage app to get started. Enterprise is your advantage. Now, ALX is here. They are giving you the AI Career Essentials and Virtual Assistant programs. In just 6 to 8 weeks, you will learn how to solve problems and communicate effectively and get familiar with AI tools, network, and build strong soft skills and more. Just search ALX Ghana online to apply for the fully funded 100% online program. ALX do hard things.
On that note, let me just ask a quick question. Our schools, are they moving towards incorporating these things and how new students are being taught?
So are you talking about public schools, private schools?
Yes, because it's the reason I'm asking is if you go elsewhere, they are trying to mainstream all of these. You find them in the core or the elective subjects that are being taught across the board, right? It's not like, you go and learn about artificial intelligence or generative AI and all of these things. As much as possible, they are rounding you, like making you round in a way. So, for instance, the GIJ, do they have a course that is teaching, AI or media management in the age of AI and all of these things?
I don't know.
That's a question.
Yeah, I think
you
it's
have
very valid
receptionists and you have front desk executives or secretaries. Like, are they learning about these new tools that are available? Because we have secretarial schools. The various technical universities that we have.
The curriculum.
Are they updating the curriculum to accommodate these things? Because look, the speed with which other economies are moving along these lines, if we stay with the way we are learning and the way we are applying the old knowledge we have, Charlie, will not match. Because I've seen very transformative things, right? You sit in a classroom elsewhere and you are seeing at first hand how these guys are able to move things from point A to point Z with the speed of light, something that would take forever for someone to do. I think the people who are educating our people, they need to update their curriculum.
Yeah, it is important. Those conversations have, they've been had in different places. When I speak to my guests here on EdTech, notice that there's that realization that there is. So some people in their small spaces are trying to do that. But I agree with you on the mainstreaming, and the fact that it has to be part of the learning and all of that. Like I said, you have 1 or 2 schools, 1 or 2 companies, 1 or 2 clubs and all of that trying to do that in little corners. What we need is an amalgamation of all of these things. The challenge, though, comes in terms of that broader, government bit, or in terms of policy. And I completely agree with you on the fact that it has to be part of what we do. But do we have the infrastructure in place? We are thinking about, if I say we are not thinking about it, that would be untrue, because we are thinking about it. When you listen to the various fora, conferences, blah, 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 we are thinking about it. But what are we doing concretely to ensure that we are putting the infrastructure in place so everybody is carried along? Because we do have certain major challenges in terms of funding to make all other things possible, funding to make the infrastructure possible, funding to make devices possible, funding to make internet accessible and cheap and affordable, so everybody in this corner or everybody in every part of Ghana can access that. So I agree with you on that. It has to be part of what we do, because others are living with it, working with it is part of that. I also think the other thing we need to talk about when we talk about AI is the general fear. People have a lot of apprehension, right, about what AI can do and what it will mean for you. Disruptive, it's the belief that, it will be disruptive, or it is disruptive, but what it means for your work. So I think that as we think about introducing it in all of, education, blah, 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 I also think we need to have those conversations, and we need to bring people to understand what AI is, what it can do for your work, and how it can make you better at what you do.
So we need to do a lot of engagement with those in leadership to appreciate the point that we should communicate on the basis of augmentation, not replacement.
Right.
You understand? So that people comprehend the fact that getting these new tools, the tools are not to replace them.
Yeah.
But if they are smart, they can augment their skills. Because a couple of days ago, I was dealing with a corporate law matter, some serious dispute over a meeting that was had, and whether or not that meeting notes were properly taken and all of that. And then I was providing some feedback. This is not strictly speaking within the remit of my client's matter, so it's outside of it. So I'm not breaching privileges here. So the people were fighting over the matter, and I had to provide some guidance on it.
Yes.
And the question was whether the person who took the notes properly, or took it in a self-serving manner, because you're talking about the board secretary here. If you had, say for instance, these new tools available to take notes and to write minutes as to what happened at the board level, I mean, everybody, the thing takes the note and everybody gets immediate copy, right? And if you have, so it emails it directly to the board members who are, and any other person who is in a meeting with the right access to those meetings. It will be emailed directly to them. If there is some input to be made, that input is made. You understand? And all disagreements may be dealt with. If you have doubts, you go to the recording. You understand? So if you are board secretary or you are in charge of a position that is secretarial in nature,
there are AI tools.
Yeah, that's right. People should update their knowledge and expertise, and it will be useful to them in many, many ways.
I like that point. I'm seeing a document here that says Republic of Ghana National Artificial Intelligence Strategy.
Okay.
This is spanning 2023 to 2033.
Oh, beautiful.
And it says that to harness AI for inclusive growth across sectors and to improve people's lives in Ghana, setting an example of AI leadership in Africa. So it's a document, it's 100 pager, 101 pager. We can look into that. But now that we talk about this, it's piquing my interest to ask you, and I'll get to you later. Just think through this, and later on the show, let me know how we can use AI in environmental advocacy, for example. Okay. As we are talking about this fight against galamsey, there's a point about advocacy, telling stories, compelling stories, so that the citizens own it and feel the urgency of the advocacy, right?
Yeah.
So how can AI tools be used to augment this? But about the point about people fearing that it will take their jobs and all of that, I moderated a panel, Jakarta, on AI and all that, and one of the panelists said something that has stuck with me. It says, when it comes to AI, think about outsourcing the labor, not the thinking. What makes you unique and keeps you in the job is that you're able to think. But what AI does is that it does the laborious, routine, and mundane things. So if you're doing the thinking, you run the labor, you make AI do the labor work for you, that makes things easier. So this talking about this recording of a meeting, for example, you are thinking about the concepts, you are thinking about how to draft everything, then AI does the legwork for you and makes it complete and all of that. But we'll get into that conversation a bit later this morning. 0549-986-996 is the number you can share. Some dedications.
Yes, let me start with.
And you are just waiting for this.
Yes, this morning that was what I was waiting for, because it's a very good friend of mine's birthday. Today is Mrs. Rukmini Kukwa Kofi. Kukwa Kofi, the public affairs section of the U.S. Embassy.
Oh, powerful.
Yeah, everybody calls her Rookie. Rookie. Yes, very, very, very powerful.
Rookie International.
Ghanaian woman.
No. Rookie DSB champion.
So this is a happy birthday from me. This is a happy birthday from your colleagues. Abna, Sophia. Madam Joyce, everybody, Lenice, everybody there says
Richard Sky.
Yes.
He
also says
yes. Girlfriend, are you not sure I need to meet this?
Yeah, no. Yes, you too. You join it.
Clearly,
you never know.
I'm missing out on something.
And Abeku is also
Abeku and Richard Caleb. Everybody says happy birthday to Mrs. Rukmini Kukwa Kofi of the public affairs section of the U.S. Embassy. Have a good one, Rookie.
Yes, a number of them here. A few more birthdays. Let me do two on my phone. This one is to Princess Rosina Thompson. She's part of the Smoga 74-year group.
Smoga is represented today.
Yeah, today Smoga is here. They said it's their last birthday for September.
Okay.
So Princess Rosina Thompson of Mamprobi Banku Junction. She turns 70 today. Okay. Charlie.
Wow.
Banku Junction. 70. Yeah, I saw her over the weekend. So Princess Rosina Thompson, happy birthday to you from your fellow princesses.
Wonderful.
And happy special birthday wishes to Jocelyn, Auntie Jocelyn Anum formerly of GBC from Bernice Nati.
Lovely. This one before you go to the other one. So this one is coming in from the Asante Professionals Club, and they are wishing APC Kwesi Krobia Asante, the Director of Passports, a glorious happy birthday, and may the good Lord and the golden spirit of Asante Man continue to bless and protect him as he celebrates another milestone. So APC Kwesi Krobia Asante, who is the Director of Passports, is being celebrated by his colleagues who are professionals from Asante Man, celebrating him this morning.
Nice one.
A few more. This one says, kindly help me wish the Dean of the Gimpa Law School and the lead host of the forum on Asase Radio, Dr. Ajiman Budu. Glorious birthday from Matthew Gada.
Oh, beautiful. Charlie, powerful people are celebrating their birthday today. Dr. Ajiman Budu.
Yes.
Good man.
Thank you. Please wish my lovely wife and my whip, Augustina Mombi of UPSA Procurement Directorate, a happy birthday from Robert Ayi. This one says, I want to say happy birthday to my wife, Linda Otiwa Meal of Howard Memorial Saviour Hospital at Akim Osiem. May the Almighty bless you abundantly, from Frank Wood, aka Anelka, who's in Koforidua. Happy birthday to an adorable girl, Aniel Tiffany of Cornerstone International Academy. May God bless you and keep you always, from Daddy, Mommy, Jason, and Michaela. This one says, today is my birthday, Seth Tumbani. You are listening to us in Damongo. Happy birthday to you.
Nice.
This one says, please wish Melody Abena Lighter Yankee happy birthday. May God bless her abundantly. And yes, we've read this one already. APC Kwesi Krobi Asante, happy birthday to you. It's coming in from the APC National Executive Council.
Right, so the September bones are telling me they rock because the birthday wishes are powerful. Good morning to you. So this one is coming from Maxwell Apia to his wife, I think, and he says, 13 years, 4,745 days, and countless memories later, I'm still amazed by your beauty, kindness, and grace. Mrs. Cynthia MFA Apia, you are the sunshine that brightens every day. Happy 13th anniversary to my incredible wife. Cheers to many more laughs, adventures, and making more unforgettable memories together. The emphasis is unforgettable memories together. He said, and he answered, I love you. I love you.
Yes,
he said, I love you.
Yes, yeah.
So Cynthia MF Apia, Mr. Maxwell Apia, he said he love you, star BRB. Yeah. Can you wish our beloved daughter Nicole Yehowa Jomo Ogbede Ashite of PCG Bethel Congregation Children's Service member a glorious happy birthday. This coming from her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Ni Ashite Amma. And today is the birthday of Nanaya in Kumsa Sapon. God bless and hold your hands into greatness and guide your steps into many, many successes in your life. We love you very much, from Mommy and Daddy. This one says, given the opportunity to choose a mother, we will not look anywhere. In a multitude of mothers, we will fish for you. A year on, you bade us farewell and left us to the vagaries of this world. Day by day, we have been deluded, expecting you back from a journey of no return. Mom, we love you. Your memories will forever be cherished. This is coming from Abeku Intema and siblings. Your mother is Hagar Ekuya Intema.
Have you done the irresistible one?
No, I don't think so.
So it says, happy birthday to my sweet and irresistible wife, Dr. Inspector Mrs. Blessing Edu Jemfi of the Ghana Police Hospital in Cantonment in Accra. You are a blessing and you are an angel from God to me and the children. And I bless the day I found you. Anytime I think of you, I thank my God. Have a memorable birthday, my sweet and my bright morning star. It's coming in from your husband, George's Edu Jemfi, the oil man, and the kids, Asida, Adepa, and Ayeyi.
You know, you can do the birthday, you can make it more special by visiting Volkswagen with the celebrant. And then you tell her that there is T-Cross, there is Vetus, there is Amarok, there is Tijuana. Choose what you want. You can even go for Terramont. Each one is proudly assembled right here in Ghana. You can say, happy birthday, my love. It is 0%. There is 0 VAT on the thing. That one, if you take the car to the house, oh, my brother, 10-year warranty. You know, the whole. You also call Investor Motors Limited. I'm finding Mahala for somebody here. 0544338804 and make every ride more enjoyable with the perfect Volkswagen for you. And this one says, happy birthday to my wife, my baby girl, Dr. Karen Hazel. Here's to a great year. Love you from Gabby and the girls. Lastly, before I come to Godfred, because he's been monitoring the president's speech keenly and at the UN, and then we are also monitoring what's happening on the grounds here. So we're going to have an interesting conversation on the rhetoric and the action. But every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth. It could lead to decay, gum disease, and foul breath sometimes. Brush your teeth every morning and evening to prevent that. And use Pepsodent Cavity Fighter because it will give your teeth the protection it needs, leaving it 10 times stronger. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with pro-fluoride and micro-calcium ingredients. And so call them on this toll-free number, 0800 2030. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent, every smile matters. Good morning once again, Godfred. Someone says I'm also born in September. Okay, happy birthday to you, Godfred. That's it. You've been monitoring the president's speech in the UN, right?
I've been monitoring a couple of things that I'll put together. I mean, it's been a heavy week, you know, but ultimately the country is governed by the president, you know, who is was in New York. Addressing his final UNGA, UN General Assembly. And, you know, let's be fair. The platform that he was on yesterday is a platform that can be used to address a lot of things. But mostly those things are built around global fairness and the challenges of the world, so to say. We've had some people who've gone off kilter a bit. Everybody remember Donald Tusk's appearance in 2019 or so when he said we should obliterate North Korea. Who can also forget Gaddafi's was also pretty memorable. He spoke for 100 minutes. When he had the chance. 100 minutes. He had been leader of Libya for a long time and hadn't addressed the UN. When he got his chance,
then he put everything together.
He put all the frustrations together. And then, of course, Fidel's famous 4.5 hour speech at the UN, where he berated the world on global inequality at the time. You know, so the president speaking yesterday and highlighting the Ezowini consensus, which basically calls for African representation on the Security Council and what needs to be, why the world needs to change. You know, yes, permanent membership of the UN Security Council, and why there needs to be a bigger voice for Global South, as it is in this institution, was good to hear. You know, but what we've not heard still from him is his thoughts on what is happening. And I'm not expecting him to address that at UNGA. I was expecting that would have heard from him in the build-up to this and in his press interviews post. There's still opportunity to hear from the president, but silence is not an option for him on the matters that this country is currently dealing with this week, and the build-up to the campaign, the how would you say it? The rekindling of the campaign on halting illegal mining in this country, the protests that have occurred this week, and its outcomes. you see, what makes it frustrating for Ghanaians when it comes to these things is they've seen the president comment on situations like this elsewhere. And sometimes it doesn't take much to get him to comment on those things. So I think the frustration of Ghanaians most of the time is why it takes him so long to comment on those things when they are in the territory that he governs, which has elected him as president. You know, so he spoke about a lot of things that I would want the president to draw his own attention to. You know, he spoke about true peace comes from. I had a couple of memorable quotes that I want to use this morning. It says true peace comes from investing in education, healthcare, and economic development. The country left behind is not at peace. You know, however he wants to look at it, there are a lot of people who are not feeling at peace. And one of the most interesting topics I had to deal with when I was in school was, what is the definition of peace?
Not the absence of war.
No, but it is a very difficult concept.
Yeah, that's why somebody says not the absence of war.
Yes, to define. You know, it was one of the most difficult concepts. Yes, to place a finger on, you know. But peace means a lot to everybody, you know. And one of my favorite things is quote that I'll add to what the president said about where true peace comes from. It's from a Guatemalan human rights activist. She's a feminist, actually, Menchutum, you know, who says peace cannot exist without justice. Justice cannot exist without fairness. Fairness cannot exist without development. Development cannot exist without democracy. Democracy cannot exist without respect for the identity and worth of cultures and people. So there's an interlink, isn't there, between all these things? And for a lot of Ghanaians at the moment, they are not feeling peace. And I dare say some of them are disillusioned with democracy as well. And feel the institutions that we have set up. And again, the president spoke about institutions and reform that have been set up are not living up to the bill. And perhaps that is a conversation that is even more important in his own backyard. So perhaps given a little more time, I will elaborate, but we'll come back to do.
Yes.
So
and I know a lot of people are also speaking about what the president is talking about online. So we'll do tech and social media. We'll just rope in what people are saying online quickly, and then we'll continue on this point. Very important points Godfred is making this morning. But we're bringing you tech and social media. Tech and social media trends is brought to you by First Bank Ghana and Telecel. If you're sending money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone, it's very easy now. Through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, you can send that. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch nationwide with your cash, and your money is transferred in no time. This is another way First Bank Ghana is putting you first. For more information on the Pan-African Payment and Settlement Systems, please call 0596 921 921. First Bank, you first. And here's for your attention, entrepreneurs, prepare to transform your business this September with Telecel as we celebrate Telecel SME Month under the theme Connecting Businesses, Connecting the Woman in Business. Engage, network, and learn from industry leaders in our insightful Telecel Women in Business webinar. There's a series as well as the Women 100 Power Launch. Enjoy exclusive gifts such as phone rewards for new sign-ups, 50% discount on bills, and many more. For more information, visit www.telecel.com.gh/business or call 0302 334 040. Nathan Kwao has Tech and Social. Good morning, Nathan.
Hi, good morning. Let's get into the trends. So a number of top things trending. Free the citizens, hashtag free the citizens, hashtag stop galamsey, hashtag free the youth, hashtag free I'm a governor, all of that trending. Hashtag reoccupy Jolobi House. So all of that, all in one place, really broadly talking about the protest that happened last week and the fallout of all of that. As a consequence, a gentleman by name Kwesi Botwe has also found himself on the trends. He was on television, one network or the other. I think it was on TV3, saying some very things that later turned out to be untrue. He made a claim that some people had died, or the protesters had blocked the entrance to 37 and 10 people died. It turned out the claim wasn't true because an ambulance service was called live on the set to verify or corroborate, and they said no, 10 people did not die because protesters had blocked the gate. So as a consequence, all of that is also trending.
I think the proper attribution was that he had claimed on the show that he had seen a tweet.
He had seen a tweet
from the National Ambulance
Service, it turns out,
suggesting that a number of people had died as a result of the So, and I think Bella Mundi was pressing him to
back his claim, and he couldn't, and then
he went on and on and on. So yes, I mean this is the latest update on the subject matter.
Thank you so much. Kufado is also trending. Yesterday he spoke in New York at the UN General Assembly, and then you had some Ghanaians also protest also in New York, telling him to release the people who had been picked up because of the protest. Doomsaw is trending. Now, I find this interesting because in the last few days, I've had people send me messages to ask whether or not we had gone back to the dark days, literally. And several neighborhoods have also said that the power's gone, or it goes off for extended periods. It comes back at a certain time. So people are asking whether or not we are there.
Yeah, I mean, the truth is that Gridco issued a statement yesterday together with ECG, suggesting that we have, gas supply challenges, and that was going to affect supply of electricity to homes across the country. So, yes, I mean, the last few days I have
you've experienced it. I also experienced it 2 nights ago.
So, Sky, you've seen some power outage.
Oh, yeah, that's
Nathan,
right.
you've experienced same.
We all have.
Godfred, you
Everybody
have?
all week.
Yeah.
And like from what Sky is saying, that there's a notice or a press release to that effect that there are gas supply challenges. Anyway, moving on, Alpharian is trending. Why is Alpharian trending? That's what we call those who follow and love Alpha Hour. Last night was the 800th night since Alpha Hour started.
I see.
They started 800 nights ago, and so they were on the broadcast praying and of course thanking God for 800 nights of all of those things. On the sporting side, in Waneri, #Ten Hag out, 20, all of those things trending as well. Man United issues. In Waneri plays for Arsenal, he scored 2 for them in the League Cup. And let me just back up a little in terms of the political themed or the social trends. Katanga is trending. The gentlemen of the University Hall, I believe they are called Katanga, right? That's the name, right? No, so these are the Katangis, KNUST. They say they want to go on a protest to also
over what
concerning is a fallout from the 3-day protest that was held last week. They also want to support and have the people who have been put behind bars released. To some tech news very quickly. And then Facebook and Instagram users will now be able to talk to voices that sound a lot like wrestler John Cena and British actress Judi Dench. For those who are wondering who Judi Dench is, if you follow the James Bond series really well, she was the new M, or the old M before this M. M. So that was that. Now the story says that they won't be real actors, but an artificial intelligence chatbot, Meta, which is the parent company of Facebook, announced on Wednesday that it was adding voice conversations and celebrity voices to its AI chatbot. Now, instead of simply messaging with the chatbot, users can have real-time conversations and can choose from a selection of computer-generated or celebrity voices. So AI pushing the boundaries and making new things happen.
For people who are depressed and sometimes they need people to talk to, or you
can talk to AI
so that they can sleep and not harm themselves and all that. There are approaches available.
Now you're going to use AI to replace.
There's a lot happening.
Not
replace, but we are.
Your argument.
Yes.
AI people. So that was second social media. Aging after 8. JJJ is the latest from the camp of Livingston Echesetekla. Now, if you're a small business owner struggling to grow your business, I have some exciting news from the Labour Department's free business coaching program for you. It's offering personalized business coaching from experts on how to manage business finances, market products or services, and expand customer base. This business coaching program is absolutely free. Whether you're just starting out or looking to grow, this is your chance to get the support you need. The Labour Department offers a wide range of employment services, job placement, career guidance, labour inspection, and more. It's all designed to empower youth, women, and persons with disability. Visit the Labour Department offices adjacent Kempinski Hotel or in Tema behind the Tema Sports Stadium today. It's an initiative co-founded by the European Union and the German Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, implemented by the GIZ in partnership with Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations. Call this number 053-916-5608 to register or call toll free 0800 600 300 or 0800 600 400 for more information. Anita Fosu Ponsa is the CEO of Annie's Place at Dakuma and Kokompe. Today is your birthday, and this is coming from one of your very, very good friends. He says, happy birthday to you. So, back to Godfred.
I'm just putting a lot of things together, on this. So, all that I'm saying in summation is not a very difficult thing I'm saying, is that the big problem the president faces here is the silence he has on the illegal mining problem. I was looking at something the acting director of the CSIR put out. I think I've forgotten his name.
Okay.
But he basically says that the 5 water bodies in the southwestern basin are all gone.
All 5?
Yeah. 5 in the southwestern basin.
And for me, the reason why everybody's saying, look, we need the president to speak on this matters. It's gone beyond his appointees.
Yeah.
It's all well and good that we hear from his appointees on this. But we didn't vote for his appointees.
Yeah.
There are certain instructions and orders that only the president can give, and that requires a certain kind of leadership. So it was good to see the president on the big platform yesterday talking about global issues, but there are local issues that require his attention as well. And for about a month now, it does not feel, and the grounds also don't show us that the attention that is required is out there. When this campaign was rekindled, there was some sort of feeling that an instruction had been given, that we are putting out police, military, whatnot. Nothing has happened. Okay, and when that was put out, we did indicate that these things already happened once in a while.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen a concerted effort or operation to deal with that matter. You see, and now it is at the point where it is agitating people. Okay, that is the crucial element in there. People are agitated by this. People are agitated by what they perceive as the inaction of it. And sometimes it's truly sad when it becomes a matter of politics. Like today we're doing the newspaper review, and we see small-scale miners for Baumia. I will sit here and say the reason why, or we've also seen a group that says they are also on the NDC side. It kills the effort. You know why? Because it's just people trying to save their livelihoods rather than solving a problem. So in the end, by picking sides, you have both sides now unwilling to act. When we had this conversation, I was telling Bernard about how he didn't seem to believe the fact that this was an electoral matter. Yesterday, I think British Sky made the same point to him that you cannot run away from the fact that it is becoming quite clear that the lack of a concerted effort at dealing with this matter decisively is because it is election related. Because we've seen other issues that might not be as serious as this that have been dealt with decisively
and swiftly,
but there seems to be a lot of, to borrow Richard Sky's words, pussyfooting about a problem that is very obvious and whose impact is there for the whole world to see. You can't hide it. It's like that proverb that says Subanji saying inside untumi fancy. Where are you hiding the effects of illegal mining? The doctors have told you about it. All kinds of professional bodies have told you about it. The man who runs your aggregation of research institutions is telling you that you've lost 5 water bodies in your southwestern basin. So at what point does it really become urgent? And it's a question I would want to ask even the minister, if not the president. At what point does it become urgent? Because it is pretty clear it's still this matter outside of the general public, in the realms of the state and the corridors of power, it is not on the agenda of urgent. You don't get that feeling, because if anything is being treated urgently in this country, you will feel it.
Yeah.
You see it as well. I dare say there is more urgency being attached to getting
campaign.
In getting the stadium ready for the Black Stars to play
than
there is to dealing with galamsey. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
If you see the work that they've been doing around the stadium just to make sure that Ghana does not play outside because it will be perceived as a national embarrassment. And so they are doing everything, all kinds of small illegal trips to Egypt to go and talk to CAF and all those things. That is swift and decisive action to deal with a problem. There is nothing swift and decisive about the galamsey problem.
Is it that we've not told the stories well enough?
No, I don't think there is anything else that can be done, which is what brings us to the conclusion that it is an electoral matter.
Thank you.
As journalists, we know this. The political animals, so-called, understand this pretty clearly. Hence, the lack of a definitive statement from all the political elements that I will deal with this problem decisively. Everybody has a mention of a solution, but the current levels we are at, we've gone beyond the solutions that they are proffering. So the question then becomes, why are you afraid? They will tell you, well, if I say this, my opponent will say that and use it against me. My opponent will not join me in saying that he will do this, so I will lose votes.
But don't you think Ghanaian voters are discerning enough to reward someone who has a more pragmatic approach to things? Or I'm just being naive?
No, so that's what I'm saying, that we've crossed those barriers, which is why the point made by Sky yesterday, the voices that you played yesterday, and I'm sure on point of view as well, the people you heard yesterday, people like Professor P.J. Tuya, who have made mention of the Galam state, the concept of the Galam state, and have tried to describe what it is. If you look at the elements that exist, it tells you, see, and the reason why I sometimes don't want to join the bandwagon, and I've spoken about this it's just the foreigners who are doing this. And today there was a story in the newspaper that said, it's the foreigners. and that's coming from the small scale miners, is this, you see, the easiest way to cover up some of these things is to always blame external folks, because people get worked up about those things. There's a foreigner destroying our country. It is true. There are foreign elements, but if we weigh the foreign elements as compared to the local elements, and we are truthful to ourselves, we would realize that the local elements are weightier, and they are the elements we have refused to deal with. At least you are arresting the foreigners and arresting the small boys who are locals. But licenses are still being issued out. Yesterday I saw a news clipping somewhere where somebody was telling, you are lucky, you have come to apologize to me, otherwise, And the state institutions that are supposed to, which is why I spoke about state institutions earlier, can only really move when the president says they should move. Sometimes a minister might say move, but even that, it doesn't carry the same weight as compared to the president coming out and saying, you have been ordered to do A, B, C, D. Or by the power vested in me by the citizens of this country, I am saying we are doing A, B, C, which is why we want to hear from the president, you see. Because when he comes out, he needs to say one of two things. Either I'm with you or I'm not with you. On this particular matter, it is not one of those issues where there's a middle line for the president.
And his silence is showing where he is.
I would not say so, but his silence is telling. But it is one of those moments where he actually needs.
He has to.
It is one of two things. You see, because if you look at the weight of evidence that has been compiled by the various institutions across this country, there is medical evidence, there is scientific evidence,
there's environmental
evidence. Whichever kind of evidence you are looking for, economic evidence, social, security, everything has been provided for you by the very best brains you have out there. Just say citizens don't know what they're talking about. Regular citizens, we don't know what we're talking about. We are ignorant. Because the state also will tell you they have their scientific advisors. Okay. Which scientific advisor to the president is going to come out and challenge what the acting director of the CSIR said? Which scientific advisor, which medical advisor to the president can come out publicly, and I'm daring them, they can come out and say that we are challenging what the Ghana Medical Association is saying. Which environmental advisor will come out and say we are challenging what the Institute of Foresters are saying on this matter?
Academy of Arts and Sciences.
If you dare, come out and challenge them, because they are scientists. They deal with evidence. So if perhaps you have superior evidence as an advisor to the president, come out and let us know. So that then we'll understand that, okay, perhaps our data is not correct. We will amend it. So the issue is not as problematic as you see it. But it has taken too long. Every day that the president does not say anything on this matter is a day where we are losing more water, we are losing lives, we are losing forest. All for what? All for what?
Election 2024.
So, when I am hoping that perhaps the president normally does not like to talk about big issues in Ghana. It's a favorite strategy of his. I cannot hold it against him. He normally likes to talk about these things when he's outside Ghana. So, perhaps before he returns from New York, he can make mention of this properly there and let his people act whilst he's away. Either way, we must hear from him. Either way. But because the silence will not be, I won't say it will not, but
it's deafening.
It's deafening. Yeah. You know, and
Very powerful.
The problem that we face is also deafening. It's there. It's as big. Look, and when we had the Apiati,
bogus.
Lives were lost. Blah, blah.
Yeah. Explosion.
Decisive action.
Yeah. Fundraising quick.
Everything.
Relief quick.
We can mention so many incidents that have happened. COVID. Look.
Even the dry spell, the very recent dry spell. The minister came, press conference, full blast.
No, but that one he didn't even need. I'm just saying he didn't need the president on that.
Yeah.
But COVID. If you look at COVID and that is what decisive action looks like.
Fellow Ghanaians.
As to the implementation of it, we all have issues. But I'm saying the concept of decisive action. That is what it looks like. You could taste it in the air.
You could feel it.
Yeah, it's like, 2 days ago, we're fetching water. And it's been, look, these days, if anybody will attest, who can try this, fetch a bucket of water and leave it.
Let it settle.
Charlie, there are tadpoles or whatever. I mean, I don't even know what it is. But there are things swimming in the water.
Mutations.
All kinds of things swimming in the water. This is when you boil the water, it's not enough. You have to boil it, put Dettol, one bottle of something in it. Perhaps we might need to start buying our own chlorine to put in the water as well after it has been piped to us. I mean, come on.
It's a thing.
I saw the pictures yesterday.
Yeah.
So, is the minister telling us that he hasn't seen those images and they don't bother him? It's unless they've also grown immune to what is happening. There is that. Do they want us to believe that they've grown immune to it? Because there's a lot of talking. We hear Mreku Duka, he'll go and chat small. We hear Mr. Jinapo, he'll go and chat small in some corner. But there's nothing actually happening on the ground to deal with the matter. In fact, what we have is an entrenchment of the positions of these persons.
Yeah, the individuals.
The individuals who are doing these things, who are now coming out to say, well, we are allowed to do this. Nobody has said, so for some of them, we are not saying you're not even allowed to do it. But it's how you are doing it that is the problem.
Right.
But that is what it has become. And it's become a matter of how much, the basic defense we've heard is how much this means to us in terms of the economy of the country.
But a lot more of it is even being smuggled.
Let's assume we are enjoying the total benefits of all the gold.
At what expense?
I'm just saying that is mind. Let's assume.
We are enjoying that at what expense? That's
exactly.
Yes, that's
because we can place value on that and say, $4 billion, $2.5 billion. What is the value of the polluted water in the Southwestern Basin? Can they tell me? Or because you cannot say the polluted water and the 5 polluted water bodies according to the CSI and the Southwestern Basin, it is not equal to $4 billion. Is not valuable. The trees, the price of people, the cost of people going to the hospitals at the moment, the increase in food prices in certain places where food should not be expensive, the dropout rates that have suddenly shot up in parts of the Western region over this, the funding of terrorist activities in other countries based on persons coming into the country to mine illegally and taking the gold out. And by that I'm referencing dollar power. These are facts. I'm not telling stories. These are facts. National security knows this. So which is what brings me, so Mr. Kandapa and his people, when they send a briefing to the president, look, if this doesn't qualify as urgent on the in-tray of the president, Sky, you have worked in higher circles than I have, then I don't know what qualifies.
It will be there. The question is how he deals with it.
No, but if something is urgent in the in-tray of a president, it doesn't take time.
No, you understand. What I'm saying is that, you see, people who advise presidents or leaders will tell you that your job is not to become the president.
It's to advise.
Your job is to advise, draw his attention to what is happening, the facts as you know it. Often leaders would triangulate. In other words, if Godfred is the national security advisor, he comes with his in trade that this is where ABCD in the morning briefs him. Nathan is maybe, a PI that he has, who, would look over the work of Godfred without him knowing. So he's on the field also picking up information here and there. And then he would also come and provide his briefing. Oh, Mr. President, this is what I think you can do on this particular matter, ABCD. And then maybe he has some other source of getting information, or an advisor or national security would also come and state his piece. Then he would have his own small circle of people who would now decide based on everything that, exactly, then a decision will be made. Look, Godfred has said it, and I said it here yesterday. The only reason they are failing to move is the feeling that they are going to lose seats in these areas.
So,
and I think that is irresponsible. But it is also heightened by how the opposition is using the campaign. Do you understand? So you have, the lawyers will say they are in pari delicto, like you have two sides of the same coin committing the same error against we the people of Ghana. But you, the president, are the man in charge. It is in your hands that the Constitution has vested the protection of our natural resources. Once it is discovered, the Constitution says that it is your job to protect it. So if it is your job to protect it, do it to the glory of God. And forget about what it means electorally for your political party. Because you have taken an oath. Which oath you expect to be held accountable by if you fail to live up to your responsibilities as president. Because when he was taking the oath at the what do you call it?
Independence Square.
It wasn't in Independence Square. The last time was at the tent. Yes. He was taking it well aware of the consequences. And if he says that he would uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and the laws that there are in the country, it includes the provisions in the Constitution that enjoin him to hold these natural resources in trust for we the people of Ghana. And the same Constitution empowers him to take lawful action to deal with these problems. So yes, Dr. Bawumia is a candidate. He's also the Vice President of the Republic. Now, if there are a group of people who have become organized criminals going after the resources that we own collectively, because they're not only stealing from the community, so they are stealing from all of us. The law says that if you want to mine, go through the process and acquire a license and all the related licenses to do so. And you do it within the confines of the law and the scope of the license that has been given to you. The guys who are in there are three levels. There are those who do not have licenses at all to do anything that they have to go and do there. Those are the proper illegal miners, right? The small ones who go there doing surface mining, destroying our water bodies, they are there. Then you have people who have just been given exploration licenses. That, you go and test, see whether you can find
mining.
Yes. But they have moved beyond the scope of their licenses and they are destroying our water bodies. So the moment you move beyond the scope of what you have been asked to do, you are engaging in illegal mining. And the act and all the severe provisions inherent there should be applied to you. And then you have people who have merely signed MOUs in some cases, either with the communities or the relevant state institutions to do A, B, C, D in the area. And then they have gone into illegal mining. Now, if you are the president of the republic, and it is not just any president, a president who says that you are going to put your presidency on the line. Look, you had a fair opportunity yesterday before the UN. Look, There was, in the 90s, you will see conflicts in major parts of Africa related to what? Diamonds.
Yeah.
And they came to call them the blood diamonds. Sierra Leone, it was happening. Angola, they had problems there. Liberia, they were fighting. Giddy. The Kimberley process started with a mandate from the UN to be able to contain this because they were depleting the resources of the UN. UN's soldiers had to move to places to go and contain criminal activity being done under the guise of national conflict or what you call civil conflict. Because people who could sponsor gangs decided to put their resources behind these people and to fight the central government. Created, government is not governing properly. Yes, African government, they oftentimes they don't govern properly anyway. And then many African countries were in flames. And in other parts of the world, they had that problem. So the Kimberley process became a regulatory mechanism with support from, a number of institutions globally to be able to contain what was known as, blood diamonds. You understand? The EU is interested. So you cannot just get up with diamond and go and sell it elsewhere on the market. No. I believe that yesterday, for instance, with all the facts that we have come to know, the Chinese are involved, the Burkinabés are involved, the Malians are involved, the Nigerians are involved, Ghanaians are playing an active part. People from Australia, we are told, are also playing their part in this. If the president sees the moment, at least 3 minutes of his time, to call for something akin to the Kimberley process to deal with this particular problem, I think that would have been a more optimal use of the platform that he had yesterday. Which is to say that, look, I appreciate that this is a problem that I have got to deal with. But the problem is beyond the participation of only citizens of Ghana. Because the level of sophistication we're talking about, the ammunitions that these guys are wielding, the machinery that they are moving to site. If you saw the videos yesterday from these galamsey areas, these are heavy earth-moving equipment, incapable of being funded largely by local, generosity or financial creativity. Unless you are involved in something so illicit, the trace of which is difficult to actually find, that you'll be able to put so much money behind these things. And look at the level of destruction they are doing. So, ideally, this is something that even Iyoko should be interested in. Because it is no longer an isolated crime being committed by a few people. It is an organized scheme where you have big funding individuals, big funding institutions. They come in, register companies under the cloak of doing A, and they are doing B. So you would have expected that Iyoko, given the mandate that they have, dealing with organized crime and recovering funds we have lost as a result of that, the organized nature of these transnational crimes, one would have expected that they would also be interested in it. So the point I'm making is that, look, the president of the republic has 3 months or so left under his belt. And yesterday he went to tell the world that he's leaving. He celebrated rightfully the free SHS policy, which he thinks is one way of dealing with poverty and ensuring that there is equality. But literature is telling us that in the galamsey areas,
people are not going to school.
Illegal mining is actually deepening poverty. So even if you believe that free SHS is one way of containing the problem of poverty, that is being undone by the illegal mining and the very rampant nature of it. People are running away, as you said, from the classrooms because of what? The fast money that they are finding under the belly of the earth. So a president who is prepared to defend his constitutional mandate and then to protect his legacy, would be interested in dealing with this matter forthright. Thus far, the president hasn't lived up to expectation. He did something in the past. Of course, recently he introduced a new committee. But look, this is no longer a matter for committees to go and sit down, talk what? We have had enough evidence put before us. And we have been told repeatedly the kinds of measures we need to take to contain the problem, to deal with it. Right. The president, when he lost the 2008 elections, why? The MPP didn't collapse. Right? So if the MPP will lose the 2024 elections merely because people in the affected areas decide to vote against them, so be it. You are living up to your constitutional mandate. But the moment you start acting, then we can start calling out the political parties that are seeking to take advantage of a good effort that you are making. But you have people who will be around him telling him, oh, Mr. President, don't do anything about this. So the NDC people are saying they will release the people when they come to power. So you Tutu Papa Susa. No, that is not how to govern. Because when it comes down to it, the history books will remember that at the height of it, when illegal mining became the order of the day, became the face of gold mining in Ghana, the man who was in charge was Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from Chebi in the Republic of Ghana. Now, you don't want history to remember you that way. You want to be remembered as a president who gave us your word that you will put your presidency on the line. And you indeed put it on the line. But if all you want to do is to see through the rest of your term without rattling the cages of the criminals who are involved in this organized enterprise, then no, you are not showing us that you are fit for purpose. And the Minerals Commission and the people in charge are also showing us that they are not fit for purpose. The ministry responsible for lands and natural resources is also showing us that it is not fit for purpose. The ministry responsible for the interior is also showing us that it is not fit for purpose. The ministry responsible for defense is also showing us that it is not fit for purpose. All the institutions which have got a role to play, but which are failing to live up to their establishing, regulations, authority, but which are sitting down and watching, when in fact they should get their hands dirty lawfully. They are showing us that they are not fit for purpose. And perhaps the time will soon come, you would have a group of like-minded Ghanaians who write to the UN, who write to the EU, and who write to these powerful institutions or platforms that buy our gold and be telling them that they should start shunning gold exports from Ghana.
Yep.
Because they are failing to contribute their lawful part to ensuring collective protection of all Ghanaians and the environment. And I don't think that is where this country should reach, because gold brings us so much money. We must show the rest of the world that we can mine our resources, natural resources, in a truly sustainable and responsible way. Thus far, we are not showing leadership.
And just to explain what I've figured out, the acting director of the CSIR, his name is Professor Mike Yao Osei Acheneboana.
Right.
Yes. Who says that all the 5 rivers in the southwestern basin are gone. Now, just to even explain this to you. So, the southwestern river system, as he says here, drains 1/5 of the land area of Ghana. Now, it comprises of the Bia, Tano, and Cobra, and Pra. So in Ghana, we have 3 major river systems. So we have the Volta, then we have the Southwestern, and we have the Coastal River. So the Volta covers 70%. We have the Southwestern covering 22%. And then the coastal covering 8% of the total area of the country. So the Volta River system comprises the white, the black, the red Volta, and Oti. The southwestern rivers comprise the Bia, Tano, and Cobra, and Pra. The coastal system comprises the Kakumbruku, Ochinakwa, Ayensu, Densu, Odo, and Toji, Aka rivers. So the southern system, you can already count. If Odo is included, you know the problem that you have. Densu, you know the problem that you have. But he's saying that the southwestern river, all of it, the southwestern, is gone. That's 22%.
Wow.
That's 22%. So if the three you have, the second largest is already gone, and the 8% do you have problems with it? You don't think that you have a problem? And perhaps, Sky, we should also find out why the Volta area has managed to, because the last time we did this, of the 16 regions, we identified 14. The 14 that they didn't have active galamsey was the Volta. The two that is Greater Accra
and
Volta. Yeah. Is it that there's no gold there, or they haven't found? Because if they find,
if we say it, they will get this.
Then there's no gold there.
No, there's no gold. But I think it will be wrong to suggest that the irresponsibility we're seeing with the environment is confined to just these other regions.
No.
While gold may not be vastly available,
I understand,
that in commercial quantities, but sand winning is a problem we are dealing with.
No, I know sand winning is one you are dealing with, but I'm just talking about the one that is impacting heavily the water bodies, because the water bodies generally in that part seem better protected.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So also because of we have a lot of deities there too.
Nobody wants to.
They are not some of the rivers elsewhere are also gods.
Well, it's also a question of potence and impotence. If
is that so?
Well, I mean, anyway, often in water you don't get away with some of these.
Anyway, so
I'm saying often. I'm not saying always.
Try to
my point is still it's pretty clear. If this, I don't know, maybe we should, are we overreacting? So is it that when I see something like this from Professor Mike Yawase Atrinebwana, who is the acting director of CSIR, if this is not serious, then maybe we should not take anything CSIR that serious. Or we are overreacting to this, because I think the government makes it look like the government and this makes it look like everybody's overreacting.
They say we are sensationalizing the issue. Actually, that's what some of them tell you when you meet them in person. They're like, you people, you're over sensationalizing. This galamsey has been there. They say
no.
That's what they say.
No, you see, galamsey has almost always been with us since we discovered.
At this scale,
that's right. The issue is the scale. And the level of distraction.
Thank you.
There are videos of Jerry Rawlings going to these mining areas and telling them in the face the irresponsibility they were, encouraging by engaging in this illegal mining and all of that. The videos are there publicly. So it is not like, galamsey is a new concept. The concept of gather them and sell, which is
it's been there.
It's been there.
To have 10 excavators with devastation as large as 10 football fields, that's crazy.
Yeah, and you see, once what they are earning, these are proceeds of crime. When they say something, you are talking about proceeds of crime. In other words, you have engaged in an illegal conduct, a criminal conduct, and that has accrued some benefits to you in the form of maybe financial or some assets that you have acquired, right? And by reason of the operation of the law, of law, it should be possible to trace and get these assets regardless of how long it may have taken. So if you sit in, what do you call it? With the latest, is it BBN or these areas that the thing is happening?
Yeah, I am free.
That's right. And you take one part or get involved, and you acquire a story building in Accra, or you acquire a building in London, or whatever it is.
Of crime.
Exactly. It should be possible to trace that and recover that. If you read the Iyoko, that's why I'm saying that at this point, And given the characterization that has been given by the respected minds like Professor
the one I just mentioned.
Yeah, that's right. And then also our respected friend Dr. Enim. Yeah, that's right. Professor Enim. So what it means is that at this point we should be looking at how to pursue these guys. Look, we should strip them to the barest minimum. If it means recovering every single penny that they have benefited from this unlawful activity, the law empowers them to do that, because these are economic crimes that they are committing, and we should expect. But unfortunately, we are told that some of the politicians are involved.
Because Sky, the scale I'm seeing now, it's outrageous.
Guys, let me read you something from a pharmaceutical society. And this is on citinewsroom.com, published this morning. Right? Today is for 26, right? 26, yeah.
Yes.
It says, the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana has warned that the country risks importing water to support local pharmaceutical production if the illegal mining canker is not addressed urgently.
Who will allow you to import their water?
The society made this warning at its 2024 annual general meeting, citing the devastating impact of illegal mining on water bodies and the subsequent increase in the cost of treating water for manufacturing. They went on to emphasize that this added cost would contributed to the high cost of medicine in Ghana. So for those who are listening to us, just go to citinewsroom.com. You find
details there,
the story there. I read this just to drum it home that if you are listening to us this morning and you are in any of these places affected by galamsey, maybe Western, North, Western, Eastern, wherever, Ashanti, and you think that we sit in Accra, in Adabraka, and say things because we want to say things, let this hit you hard. Let it remind you that when you don't have money to buy imported medicine and you want to buy a local alternative, that alternative will be expensive for you to buy. Do you know why? Because when all of us were talking about galamsey and the fact that galamsey was destroying water, you thought we were making noise. When that day comes and the local paracetamol that you bought for 50 pesos a few months ago jumps to 5 cedis and you can't buy it because the local manufacturers don't have water to produce local paracetamol, remember that you sat down and you were exciting yourself with saying that you want a political party to win, or you are making noise because when we make noise, it makes your political party feel unpopular or look unpopular because they are not doing things right. Let that day be the day when you remember that you had the chance to speak and to fight. Because galamsey, you see, when paracetamol moves from 5 cedis from 50 pesos to 5 cedis, it doesn't know party colors. It doesn't know who supported red and blue or who supported green and white. It is the price. And if you don't have the money, it could lead you down a path you don't want to lead to. I've heard doctors say that in the last few years, they've had to deal with kidney cases of people who live in those areas and work in those mines, the pits and the illegal places. And they are saying that this is what galamsey is doing. They have drawn the correlation for all of us to see. So if the people in charge do not seem to understand anything, that this illegal mining thing, it will destroy the land, destroy the food, destroy the water, and destroy all of us collectively, then I don't know what it is they are waiting for. Or the only thing they care about, as Godfrey said, are the numbers. So what? So now our value as human beings is equated into votes. How all of us will live, how our children will live many years from now is equivalent to how many votes they'll win or lose. Did they watch the point of view when that medical person was highlighting the fact that children were now being born with 6 fingers, 3 legs? How? Imagine, look, if anybody is involved in this, or you are in high places of power, the president, his ministers, ask yourself, if your grandchild had 3 legs, would you be happy? If your grandchild had 3 legs, would you be happy? or 7 fingers or whatever. The evidence is so overwhelming. And I'll end by saying the president should do something. You see, because it's gone beyond the minister. This is so serious, it requires the president's intervention. He has to jump in and say that when I look at the radicality or the severity of this challenge, this requires my yes.
You should not define my presidency.
You know, talking about defining the presidency, in 2017, that was just the year the president was sworn in. That's when the media actually led this galamsey conversation.
We led that. We launched that campaign.
We started here.
I remember doing videos.
In 2020, when the president is about leaving, we are starting this campaign again and saying, see, this is how bad it is. We are putting this in your hand. We have collated everyone. We have brought people together. So provide leadership. So in the beginning of his presidency and at the end of his presidency, the media is holding the president's hand and say, please, we beg you, this is the situation. Do this. Do something before it kills all of us. And now, nothing is literally happening. The beginning, the end is galamsey.
What it tells you is that the responses have not been sustainable. Because you heard, yes, in the immediate days of the exercise, we saw some improvement months later in the health of the water bodies and all of that. Then we started hearing allegations that security officers had gone into certain spaces, galamsey sites, and they returned smiling and their pockets heavy. And it became an endemic sort of claim. People just claim that, oh yes, you know, the soldiers have been here, blah, 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 blah. Then we also heard of people who are close to the system somehow getting involved or playing a part in the release of parts of Ghana to people who are interested in mining illegally under the guise of having a concession.
Yeah.
You understand? So immediately, the system, the whole thing became compromised. Yeah. You understand? And this is happening on both sides of the political divide. So it is like, it is an organized crime which you ordinarily would expect that those in charge would deal with it decisively. But for some reason, they are not prepared to deal with it.
Yeah.
You hear very powerful names. In some cases, policing some of these spaces that should actually confront and deal with the problem. Being a part of the problem. So, as my good friend Donald Trump said elsewhere, the people are the problem, so they cannot deal with the problem. You understand? But as I continue to say, the buck stops with the president. 20 years from now, when the history of Ghana under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is written, it is his face that will be on the cover page of the book. And history will be written about him in a way that he would not like. You understand? So, when you take an oath to live by a certain constitutional, arrangement, the expectation is that you honor it. If you give your word publicly, if he hasn't told anybody that, look, he was going to put his presidency on the line.
He said it.
We will hold him down, but we will not say that, yeah. But you said it. In fact, I think, look, all radio stations in Ghana, starting with Citi FM, one of the things we should be doing is to be playing his voice
every morning.
Every single morning. Not even just every single morning.
Every 10 minutes.
Every major bulletin or every major programming we have.
I will put my election on.
We should be playing it.
Presidency on the line.
Exactly. And if that goes to electoral defeat for the MPP, so be it. Because you are not elected into power to serve the parochial interests of a few who are ready to devour everything there is under the belly of the earth without lawful authority.
Says, I'm thinking of the next generation and not the next election.
Yes, so, these are profound statements which, if you back properly with your actions, history would define you properly by.
You don't think he's doing that?
No. On the facts, did you see Channel 1 television yesterday?
It was the point of view.
We have a minister responsible for what? the Western region.
Yeah.
A minister responsible for the Eastern region. A minister responsible for the Western North.
Yeah.
These guys are drawing salaries every single month. We give them fuel, right, to run their respective offices. We provide them with provisions for the upkeep of the various homes that they live in.
Sky, you've forgotten the MCEs and
yes,
the
they are all there. The courts are there. If the Attorney General's department is properly so advised, these guys will be given matching orders to the police and not orders in that sense. But they will be out there to arresting people. Yes. The judiciary appeals we make to the judiciary that look, these matters when they come before you, deal with them within 2 weeks. With dispatch. And we will increase the capacity of our various jail houses so that they will be sending them there. And at the end of the day, we'll be tracing the properties that they are acquiring with this unlawful, activity. They are buying property elsewhere, Dubai and all of these places. We should take this. Look, the Kimberley thing, that was how it started. People digging diamond illegally and doing all kinds of things. And then when the big boys realized that, we can make a lot of money out of it and we can use it to fund our so-called revolution, then they started putting their money in it, and then it became what came to be known as Blood Diamond. Yeah. We are getting there. The likes of, Professor Kwesi Ening are warning us that if you look at the sophistication of arms that these guys are commanding in the fields, they are threatening citizens who want to rise up against them with it.
1.1 million small arms are in the hands of these
there. Knock on wood, we shouldn't get there. Jesus. But if you fail as a leader to act, and you watch these things grow from small to the big scale and format they are in presently, then one day, there will be problem. You see, Openi Wofie. Yes, Openi Wofie. Akola we nanka.
Kwala we de.
And you're here. Let me give you some messages. And just a quick one as well, just to ask.
Yeah.
There is nothing anybody who brings in anything into this country wholesale, they know. Who is the largest importer of Chanfan?
The largest importer?
It's a question. Because the Chanfans are not made here unless we've started making Chanfans in Ghana.
Maybe they've been the past.
Yeah, but if we started making Chanfans in Ghana, somebody's acquiring parts from somewhere.
And even that can be traceable.
And I'm saying that unless the Chanfans don't pass through any of the ports in this country, or they're not passing through any of the entry points in this country.
But the problem, if it's an organized crime, then the whole chain is corrupted.
Which is the point I'm making. That is why I'm saying there's a difficulty in dealing with the matter, because how do the Chanfans enter Ghana?
It's transnational organized crime.
Exactly. That should tell us where the problem lies. Because if the Chanfan is not supposed to be here, and it is here, how does it enter the country?
Yeah.
Anyway,
the agents are so
messages in
agents at the ports, and then on the road, the police officers, they have their people there. All the way to the districts. I don't do anything about it.
Should I read messages for you?
Yes. Let's go through some messages.
Okay. My people, all the issues that have seen decisive action involve a procurement solution, an opportunity to loot. The things you and I are crying about do not involve such solutions or opportunities. Instead, it takes away their wealth, so they will not act. Well, this one, they procured drones that were never deployed. $3 million worth. They are buying. Yeah. Napoleon Doche Walker says, as for Tamale, it's not advisable to drink water from the taps. You fill your clean storage today, and tomorrow, heavy debt settles beneath. It's a struggle. Eric Fufudia says, the president will not do anything. He cares more about his party than the country. He will be silent or pretend to be doing something till the election. Nothing will happen unless organized labor lay down their tools.
Sure.
Francis from Accra says, I wonder why government is now coming to the reality of the galamsey menace and why the president will not do anything about it. I've come to that like this a long time ago, Francis. The problem of Galamsey is MPP and Galamsey is MPP. Until this matter is solved on the 7th of December 2024, the problem will remain. Emmanuel Vogbe is asking, how can the president call for a Kimberley process when his party is a major beneficiary? This is him, Emmanuel from Ablekuma Fan Milk.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you too. So take a listen to this very voice. Just remind yourself of this.
I took the decision that there would be a betrayal of the trust that the Ghanaian people put in me on the 7th of January this year. And as a result, we established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, that I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along? I think that you do what you think is right. That is what you're required to do.
Sky, I've heard something. Someone said that they campaign in poetry and govern in prose. Is that the expression, or I got it twisted?
No, you see, just do as though you don't know about the problems of Ghana presently, and just listen to the president, forgetting about what he has done about the situation, and then transport yourself back to the moment he was speaking so presidentially. You understand? Now, these are beautiful words. These are beautiful commitments. Like, you want to associate yourself with a leader of that caliber.
That's the poetry.
And hope that beyond those beautiful words, there will be action, concrete action to support the legitimacy of those words. Now, if we travel through town, what do you call it? Is it two town or time?
Yeah, someone said, are you sure it wasn't an AI voice mimicking the president?
No. You know, so you see, imagine, just imagine that the president was able to live by those words. I mean, first of all, we'll not be talking about this today. The Ghana Water Company Limited will not be in the crisis situation it is in. The Kolebu Teaching Hospital will not be begging for further support to be able to run the renal unit. Because we are busy celebrating, the government says it will take up the bill of ensuring that, the urinary problems that Ghanaians are facing, they will be treated freely and all of that. The First Sky Group committing so much money to ensure that Kolebu's, renal unit is run and people are receiving free dialysis and all of that. Those resources, to a large extent, can be directed to other critical sectors. If we deal with the problem of illegal mining.
Yes.
So, beautiful words, yes. Beyond that, would require concrete action. Action, not just words.
There's a young man who said, I don't talk much. What's his name?
J-Bad.
Mr. President, they say that you have talked enough. We are happy with the talk, but we want to see action, Now, if you want to see action, Omni Basic Bank can make that possible for you. Walk to Omni Basic. They're always at your service, ready to assist you 24-hour. We have state-of-the-art contact center. Omni Basic, they show action. Fastest growing corporate bank and back of the year 2023. We're always at your service. Call us now 0307086000, 0302758555. Visit any of our branches nationwide to open an Omni Basic Bank account today and enjoy exceptional customer service. Omni Basic Bank at your service. Now, are you always on the move but cannot afford to miss the Premier League? Then know that the Premier League is about to come alive on your mobile phone. Step into the Premier League with Showmax. Catch all the 380 games on your phone. No matter where you are, your favorite teams are just a tap away. For only 55 Ghana cedis, sign up to the Premier League mobile app on showmax.com. Create your account, download the Showmax app on your phone today, and you're good to go. Showmax, it's your stadium on the move. So get ready, people, for the 4th edition of the Ghana Digital and Innovation Week. It's another year to celebrate milestones in Ghana's digital innovation ecosystem. The host consortium, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Ghana Hubs Network, and Impact Investing Ghana, is set to bring together over 6,000 attendees, 45 exhibitors, and over 40 insightful sessions to propel the growth and development of the country's digital innovation sector. The theme is Innovate Together, Collaborate for Digital Transformation and Impact. It's happening from the 2nd to the 4th of October 2024. Accra International Conference Center is the venue. Students, startups, tech enthusiasts, policymakers, this is your platform to learn, share, and create to drive Ghana's digital future. Visit gdiw.com.gh/register to book your seat for free. Let's collaborate for a digital Ghana. Be part of the change, be part of the future.
Now, Latex Foam is here, and they are saying that you need to get quality mattresses and furniture from them, so your back will not hurt, so you can sleep in peace and sleep in comfort. Invest in your well-being. Choose Latex Foam. Otherwise, you do yourself. Call them on 0302231155. Visit them online. LatexFoamGhana.com. Latex Foam is your partner for life. And Twisco is here. Is an exciting new chocolate beverage out there on the market. It's from the producers of Cowbell. It's made from premium cocoa powder and enriched with NF4, giving you energy, giving you a boost. Start your day with a cup of the great tasting Twisco and power your dream. This ad is FDA approved. This weekend we are going to Eden Heights for the Citi Business Olympics. I encourage everybody to come and watch, but also come and see what Eden Heights look like. It's a planned and secured gated community, and you have access to a great sports complex, wonderful sporting facilities, and all of that. They are behind the West Hills Mall. Call them on 050-153-1444. Visit their website edenheights.com.gh for more details. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Yes, and Diamond Cement is here. It's 42.5 hour grade is the highest quality on the Ghanaian market. They have the affordable 32.5 hour grade as well, which is a great deal for everybody. Call them on 0540-111-978. Diamond Cement, still hard as a diamond. And the GRA is here. They are reminding all persons registered for VAT, NHI, Get Fund levy that all these levies and the communication service tax returns for August 2024 should be paid by next Monday, 30th September, or else you are risking a heavy penalty. Remember to file your tax returns and avoid huge penalties put on you by the GRA. Send them an email, info@gra.gov.gh, or send them a WhatsApp message on 055-299-0000.
Fantastic. We'll take a very quick break. When we are back, we have more for you. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest
All roads lead to Eden Heights Sports Complex at Wager for the biggest corporate Olympic Games. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we have our friends from Piva. They are joining us to put together this year's. We'll be talking to some of them. They join us in the studio. Oh, I have bottles of Piva in the studio already. My goodness. No, Asaboni Bekoso. No, but here's for the attention of all U.S. citizens and U.S. dual citizens. It's time is running out to vote in the November 2024 U.S. presidential election. So join us this Saturday at the Lancaster Hotel near 37, formerly the Golden Tulip, to register and help make your vote count. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. this Saturday. Daughters of the Middle Passage, supported by a representative from the U.S. Embassy, will assist you in the registration process. Support the Moko scene. See you at the Lancaster Hotel this Saturday. Mr. Frank J. Mensa, Reverend Bernardo Sedria, Courage Kodo, they are here with different varieties and bottles of Piva. My God, we will enter the system with the Piva, no, Ekoso. In the meantime, CFAO Mobility is Ghana's premier one-stop shop for all your mobility needs. As the exclusive distributor of world-renowned brands like Mercedes-Benz, Mitsubishi, and Suzuki, we've been meeting Ghana's automotive needs with 115 years of unmatched expertise. So whether you're looking for a luxury sedan, a rugged SUV trucks, buses, and industrial equipment, we have the right fit for every budget and requirement. CFO Mobility has it all. Make the smart business decision. Come to us for cost-saving, exceptional after-sales service and convenience. Call us on 0302 742 100, 0302 742 090. Do that today. Drive our way with much more than just a vehicle. You know, during the This Is Ghana exhibition, I mean, one of the stands that the second lady spent a lot of time by was the Piva stand.
Yeah.
I think she took a sip and two.
Yeah, I served there.
Did she leave with some bottles as well of Piva? You know, because she really enjoyed it.
Yeah, she really enjoyed it. And in fact, I served there.
Oh, you did?
You know that famous... Is that all you're giving me?
Just oh man, the thoughts. This man. Why is it this thing that you are doing thoughts? But it was great.
Yeah,
I love Piva. There are different varieties. First of all, let me welcome Frank J. Mensa. You are the CEO of Les Farm Company Limited. Welcome.
Thank you.
Reverend Bernardo Sedria. Oh, okay. You are doing combined harvesting. So, you know, you're harvesting souls and you're harvesting the Piva.
It's very necessary.
I love it. It's good to see you. And Courage Kodo, how are you, my brother?
I'm good.
So you are regional sales manager for Volta. In the Volta region, you are in charge of the distribution of Volta, Piva in Volta, correct? Good. Piva, welcome. Is this your first time joining the Business Olympics, though?
Yes.
Right. What's bringing you on?
Okay, so... good morning, listeners. Piva Beverages is a newly owned Ghanaian company who are into beverages. So for now, 5 flavors are out. We have the cola, you have the tangy, you have the cocktail, and you have the orange and grapes. Okay. So we realize that when you are talking about FM or the media in Ghana, there's no way you can forgo Citi FM.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, we need to come and exercise ourselves as CEOs, because every morning we work very early and get home very late. So apart from being a sponsor on the program, it's also opportunity for us to exercise ourselves and fraternize, network.
Okay.
So that brings us on board.
Eja, are you going to participate in the which one will you? Let me ask.
I'm going for soccer.
Oh, you are going for soccer?
The 7 aside.
I thought you would do well with the tug of war.
No.
And the swimming.
The soccer is my game.
No, you can swim good though.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm wrestling too, because when I'm looking at
you are trying to be my temptator.
Good, but why is it important for corporates to participate in such exciting corporate sports, Olympics and stuff like
I think for us it's the people.
Right.
As HR, it's always important to look at the impact some of these exercises, do have on our people. The camaraderie, the euphoria it builds, the energy it brings. And I think that as an organization, when our CEO, takes the step, we want to be able to say, hey, we want to show up, we want to come and then also make the company proud. And I think that the work-life balance, it also brings to our people, getting away from all the pressure, the stress, the 6 to 6 and beyond. And this gives us an opportunity to bond and to have that balance. I think it's a good call, and we're gunning for it. We're ready. We're ready.
How many titles are you hoping to go back with?
At least 3.
3, okay. CEO's challenge is 1?
Yes, I'm taking that one for
you
sure.
are taking that?
Yeah, there's 7 soccer, 7 aside,
7 aside.
and sack race.
Sack race.
Yes.
So the sack race, are you going to compete in the sack race, Courage?
I'm actually playing football.
Oh, you are playing football?
I'm the top striker.
What number are you playing here?
Number 9, obviously.
You are the number 9.
Exactly.
GCB, they have maintained it. They have been collecting all the medals. You are sure you can do it, GCB?
Yeah. Top man striker.
You just peeve them. Then you give them Piva.
They get Piverized.
Oh my God. So where is Piva? Where can we find Piva? What occasions can we get Piva for? Is it great for children, mothers, nursing? Tell me a bit more about the product.
So for all those that believe that sometimes some of these drinks are so sugared, it's not anything you want to go for. You haven't tried Piva.
Okay.
The levels of sugar, this is something that you can serve your kids to school. People that want sugar-free drinks can relate with, because the levels are so low.
Right.
It's something you can enjoy. Right. You can have it as part of your lunch pack to work. So for all the corporates that are coming, please come along and grab some packs of the Piva drinks that you can take back. But of course, we are bringing our products. We've sent it across the country. Currently, we are in the Volta region. We are in Ashanti. We're in the northeast, as well as also the Bronga Hafo. Accra is our base, so definitely we're going across the markets in Accra and cutting across all the way. Let me add Kaswa to Accra for now. But yes, we are in the central region.
It has rained though.
So the demarcation has come. Then there's a border.
The rain is just separated.
So yes, we're also in the western region and central. So the whole idea is to bring Piva to Ghanaians.
Wonderful.
And because this is a taste that they love, we love it. That's why we bring it.
Reverend, I love you. Because then you are doing it and you're participating, but you're also telling the companies that are coming that they don't need to bring drinks.
No.
Because once they come
and
there,
buy there,
people will just take care of you.
We are supplying. There's no need. We'll chill it for you. We'll make sure that
you are chilling that in.
Of course, we want to make sure that you have the best experience with the product. So don't. Yes, pack your food, but don't pack drinks. Come and buy Piva, whatever flavor we're bringing it, so you can be able to enjoy it.
Piva Tangi.
And we will sample a lot so that you can taste and have an experience with it.
No.
I think so. Whilst the games is going on, we also have an inner game where we have the spin and win.
Oh.
So people can just participate and then we can just award them with
and
some of the...
And you'll be awarding them
exactly.
Yeah. Mr. Frank J. Mensah. So if you don't win the CEO's challenge, how many Pivas are we bringing back to the studio? Let's end on that note.
10 packets.
Okay, let's record this somewhere. Where's the rapporteur for this seminar? 10 packets of Piva.
Yes, please.
If Mr. Frank J. Mensah does not emerge the CEO's challenge winner. In the event you win, we'll clap for you. We will celebrate you. You take picture, I'm sure, with Vivian Kailoko. So yeah, it's good. Thank you for being a part of this. If anyone is home and thinking, should I come? Why is it important for them to come? Because there'll be CEOs like yourself, there'll be group HRs like yourself, and typically when we come to the office, the receptionist will say, HR is not there, they're in a meeting, but that day, if I come, I will see you.
Yes.
And I can talk to you.
Yes.
So it's a good thing to do, right?
Yes.
So as I said, it's a way of networking too. As you said, it's not possible at times to see the CEOs every time. But this is the case, over 60 companies are coming with all their CEOs. It's a good opportunity. Those who have your series along, there will be complimentary cards to give out. Who knows? That will be an opportunity for you to get a job. So don't sit on the fence. Please come over and let's exercise.
Reverend, you are the HR. So these things can happen.
Yes, it
we
can.
Are praying on, then I'll get a job.
Look, you never know where opportunities open for, And of course, we're looking to place a couple of roles, so if you're interested, come along, but you must come and make sure you sample PIVA, you buy PIVA, and then we can talk.
What if I come and I beat PIVA? Will you still employ me?
You know what? We can't take that away from you. If you qualify for it, you go for it.
You can get a job and other things at the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Solid.
Courage. Thank you so much for coming. Let's take your final word, and then we can say see you on Saturday.
Okay. So for everyone who is interested in getting the PIVA drink, they can just reach us on 055 00 322
right 055 322 31.
Yes.
Okay, so for your parties, funerals,
everything, just call in and we'll just get to you and then give you a very nice package.
And the last one, very soon, by Monday, PIVA Natural Mineral Water will be the latest baby on board. And I believe that will also be a good patronage. Citi FM, you also have your share.
PIVA water.
Natural mineral water. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank Ajaymensa, CEO, Les Farm Company Limited. Reverend Bernardo Cedria, Group CEO and Director. Group HR Director. I'm sorry, And then Courage Kunu, Regional Sales Manager for the Volta Region. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. We're all showing up at the Eating Highs Sports Complex this weekend for the Business Olympics. Therefore, you understand? So see you there. Let's go to Mess. They're in for a big conversation. Ernest Gavon. He's co-founder and director, Ghana Society for Education Technology. Olufemi Adewumi.
Yeah, that's it.
Great. Programs director for Mest Africa. Yes. I got it right?
Yes, you do.
Good morning and welcome, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ernest, the Gavon, is it money finished Gavon? Or Gavon?
Well, if I recall what my grandpa said, then it's Gavon.
Gavon?
Yes, so
which is what?
So like open and quarter Gavon Gabada. Something on the stuff.
Now you lost Femi and I.
I'm trying to follow. He has said he's Holali as well.
Oh, you are Holali. That's a good one. Femi Holali.
Yes.
I like it. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
What brings you here today? Talk to us.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
I think okay.
Let's go to Holali.
Yes. Thank you. About 3 weeks ago now, we had the EdTech Stakeholder Forum, which was a gathering of stakeholders in the education sector. in Ghana. This is the second time we're running this forum. We ran it last year, and this is backed by the Mastercard Foundation.
Right.
And it's also actually part of our EdTech Mondays platform. The forum is like the in-person part of the EdTech Mondays platform. But this year, we did it differently. We partnered with the Center for National Open Schooling and Distant Learning, CENLOS, and the Ministry of Education to use this platform to help crowdsource input into Ghana's EdTech strategy.
Okay.
And so this is what brings us here today to discuss the EdTech strategy, to discuss what Ghana is doing, and Ghana is doing a lot of interesting things.
Fantastic. Yeah. And Ernest, you are with the Ghana Society for Education Technology, GSET.
Sure.
Right? Who are you, and how do you support the integration of EdTech?
Okay, thank you, Caleb, and thank you for having us here. So, Ghana Society for Education Technology, it's essentially an enabler for education technology within the education ecosystem. Okay. So, we serve as ecosystem enablers. We've worked with the system for some 5 years now, working with GES, very much focused on teacher development. So, we work with NTC in creating continuous professional development packs for teachers. We are currently on multiple projects now in partnership with Mastercard and other agencies that are typically looking at how do we integrate technology in our classrooms. Okay. How do our teachers use more technology to improve the learning outcome of their learners? So basically that's what we do. So we work with partners like MEST, where we are working with their projects now. Currently they have a fellowship backed by Mastercard Foundation where they have 12 fellows who are doing awesome things in education technology. So we are using our capability across the country to give them a foothold, a footprint in the classrooms to engage with educators to be able to get their technologies into the hands of educators and learners across the country.
So how are you ensuring that these educators are then adequately trained? And how do you support them in using the technology tools and platforms you are introducing in the classrooms? Is one thing training, is another thing implement. So in terms of training, how are you doing that? And in terms of execution, how are you ensuring that we achieve the two?
Oh, thank you. So as I mentioned, we are typically enablers. Now, our operation is such that we have 16 regional coordinators. So we have presence in all 16 regions. And currently we are working with in excess of 80,000 teachers. Now, so typically what we do when we come into partnerships is to bring that capability to our partners. In this sense, we've brought that level of capability to the fellows of the EdTech, Mastercard EdTech Fellowship, who are now leveraging that to reach our classrooms. And you will notice, and I often mention that in the previous industrial revolutions that have happened, the first, second, third, and we are now in the fourth, Africa and Ghana for that matter was not or did not take significant
we missed that basically.
We missed it. So I believe this is probably the opportunity for us. The fourth industrial revolution is the opportunity for us to be able to make a mark, and technology is the enabler. It's way easier than those days when you have to invent the printing press. Now we have very young people who are like the 12 fellows that I mentioned, who are created very, very, very insightful technologies. We have Pebicabs, we have eCampus, we have Firefly. There are 12 of them. I can't mention all of them. Asanka, yes. Asanka, I'm sure you are familiar with some of them.
I like the sound of the Asanka now.
Yes.
But it's an education listing.
Yes.
I think I've been seeing them at the AMAs. They have some.
Yes, I'm sure Kafui Pebi, he's been on your show a couple of times, so you know. So they have an offline solution that can make content available for teachers offline, so you don't need internet to access the content, so it could be in any remote area for them. So we give these innovations some life in our schools. So we use our capability, our footprint across the 16 regions to make sure these things get to the hands of the right educators in the right classrooms. So
are you particularly targeting schools that are underserved, or you're looking at everyone?
Well, so I'm sure Femi will speak about the inclusion bit of it, but we are very much balance. You know, we make sure there's so much inclusion. So these technologies are going to the hands not just about the able people, but including the in fact, one of the fellows, Def Can Talk, it's very much crafted for those who are hard at hearing.
Def Can Talk.
Yes. So these are technologies that, so we are very much aware of inclusion, making sure that this
innovations go not.
Is this happening in basic schools, primary schools, secondary? Did I miss that? Where is this? Is that across the board, or is
so? This fellowship for this year, we're targeting pre-tertiary education.
Pre-tertiary, okay.
So basic school, junior high school, and senior high schools.
Oh, good.
We're looking at a 50% representation from hard-to-reach areas.
Okay.
And also female learners.
Right.
But maybe just to take one step back.
Sure.
You know, MEST, we exist to train software entrepreneurs. And we've been doing this since 2008 through our flagship program where we bring 60 young people to Ghana every year. 60 every year on a full scholarship.
Right.
And teach them how to build software businesses.
Right.
We've done this since 2008, so like 16 years now.
Yeah. And it's very competitive.
Very competitive.
Amazing innovations.
In 2018, it is said that we actually received 5,000 applications for these 60 slots.
For only 60, you had 5,000
applications. Yes. In fact, this is where our story with the Mastercard Foundation started, because we now started looking at how to expand our impact.
Right.
So we started speaking to partners like the foundation. And several programs have come through that, including this EdTech Fellowship, the EdTech Mondays show, and the EdTech Fellowship.
Amazing. I know about MEST because my roommate in the University of Ghana was one of the scholars. He's now also is a big man somewhere. So yeah, MEST is a big deal for me. But you recently held a stakeholder forum that brought together key stakeholders or players in the EdTech space. What are some of the main goals and resolutions you came out with?
Yeah. So Ghana has a draft policy called the ICT in Education Policy that's actually going through approvals right now. But partnering with the Center for National Open Schooling and Distance Learning, CENTLOS, we decided to help tease out from the policy what the elements would be for the EdTech strategy.
Right.
And the policy itself is very broad, but EdTech is a subset of that. So how do we now help create a strategy? And we agreed with CENTLOS to actually throw this open to the public.
Right.
Let's bring stakeholders in the public into a room to bring their inputs, get their inputs into this strategy.
Right.
And this is what that day was about.
Must have been amazing.
We had donors there. We had GSET fully represented.
Nice.
We had the General Ghana Education Service. We had the Ministry of Education. In fact, the sessions were led by the GS, one of the directors from GS, deputy director from GS, and one of our partners, EdTech Hub. Well attended, and we gathered a lot of insights that would now go into the roadmap for EdTech strategy.
And you have this very unique partnership with Mastercard Foundation on EdTech Mondays and the EdTech Fellowship, as you mentioned. Tell us a bit about it.
Okay. The EdTech Mondays show started about 3 years ago, and the foundation wanted to create a platform to discuss technology and education and how technology can help improving access to learning for a lot of young people in Africa, actually. And this is led by the Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning division in the Mastercard Foundation. We've been running this for 3 years now, the EdTech Mondays show. But at some point last year, it was decided that the show should move away from a show.
Right.
And move out of the studio and become a platform for deep conversations around education. And so we held the first EdTech Stakeholder Forum last year, which brought all the stakeholders together to discuss what needs to be done to help Ghanaian schools and learners adopt education technology. But out of that also, there was the problem came out that there are startups in Ghana who are in EdTech but don't have support. And so the foundation also now decided that actually they will run this fellowship program to help us support 36 startups, EdTech startups in Ghana over the next 3 years.
Right.
And the program brings them into the kind of support that they need, providing mentoring, providing expert support actually to build their products, and providing access to market. As we probably all know, the education space is the most guarded space in any country, and Ghana is not exempted from this.
Yeah.
And so part of our mandate is to help these startups actually get access to the market.
Right.
And this is why we've partnered with the likes of GSET.
Yeah. Great. That's wonderful. Thank you, Olufemi or Femi Adewumi,
yes,
also known as Holali. He's program director for Mr. Africa, and then NS Gavon, co-founder and director, Ghana Society for Education Technology, GSET. The good thing is there is EdTech Monday next week, Monday.
Yes.
Nathan Neobodai will bring you that. And your focus this next week is gender equality in STEM education, closing the gender gap. Femi and NS, thank you for the great job you're doing.
Thank you for having us.
EdTech and the world. Have a wonderful time. Thank you for passing through. Great. So we're going to take a very quick break. When we are back, we wrap up.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
We established this committee within the government to design a policy for us, not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps it's the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, but I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along? I think that you do what you think is right. That is what you're required to do.
That down.
Really? You haven't heard this song before. This is Daddy Lumba from way back.
Yeah, is that him singing?
That's
now?
Daddy Lumba.
Oh, okay.
That's the great DL.
Wow. Yeah, that down. No, but this song has no connection to what we have discussed today. I just need to let you know. There's no connection. Can you wish my daughter Nadromo Dynama Ayele Okwe happy birthday for me? It's from her father Ian Okwe, Protocol Officer TDC Ghana Limited, CEO of Big Joe Organic Wache. Can you wish my wife Francisca Mame Yahan Awoche, Head of Legal and Company Secretary of Danwell Insurance, happy birthday for me? It's from Selasi Nutifafa Ndichi Nadi and Nyaji. Happy 86th birthday to Nana Equiapim Dom Piahene and lead coordinator for the Equiapim Community Foundation and the first woman deputy governor for the Bank of Ghana and former Ghana ambassador to Holland, Belgium, Luxembourg and EU. Nana Oye Mansa Yabua the first. Age graciously, Nana. And this is coming from Kojo Esiedu Ode from Ekropong Equiapim. Mepa Ocho, see you. That's how we bring an end to the show. Thank you for doing the listening. Richard Alaska was here. Nathan Neo Budaikwa, thank you for being a part of the show today. And you heard Richard Alaska as well. Show was produced by
Godfred was here. You didn't mention Godfred's name.
Godfred
Godfred
Akoto was here as well. Yes. And then of course Fred Tetejabano produced the show. Sheba Bunny was supporting as well as Edwin Kwalkofi. In the meantime, it's top of the hour, and Zoe Abubeidu Ado is here. Good morning, Zoe.
Good morning, Caleb.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Where have you been?
Welcome back to me.
Where have you been?
Welcome back.
Do you have some watching there so that after the show I can enter the system?
Come and see me after.
Okay, please. What's in the news?
Hello, this is the Election Bureau. Welcome to City News at 10.